Fade it out. Nothing changed from how I was when you found me, and there was no one else around me. Let you down now. Don't you can see what I'm all about? Look for the reason that you have to start. Acting like everybody that you are not. When you think we figured it out, we come from the bottom and act it out. Look for the reason that you have to start. Acting like everybody that you are not me. It starts with one thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. Others I just try to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. It's so unreal. You didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on to didn't even know. I wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard and got so far. It doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. My design is trying to remind myself now I tried so hard. In spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property. Remembering all the times you fought with me, I'm surprised it got so. Things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Not that you knew me back then, but it all comes back to me in the end. You kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I put my trust in you. Pushed as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. I've put my trust in you. Pushed as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all.
in 24 sports across 3 divisions each year. We cheer for the nearly 500,000 student athletes in the game and in the classroom. For more information or to find a championship near you, visit ncaa.com. Do you plan to play college sports? Visit ncaa.org/playcollegesports to learn more about NCAA eligibility requirements. Fans, you can now access the official NCAA digital game program on your mobile device, tablet, or laptop free of charge. Visit ncaa.com/game programs for an inside look at today's championship. The NCAA thanks our corporate champions, AT&T, Capital One, and Coca-Cola, and our corporate partners, Buffalo Wild Wings, Buick, Dick's Sporting Goods, Great Clips, Intuit TurboTax, Invesco QQQ, LG, Marriott, Nabisco, Nissan, Pizza Hut, Reese's, Unilever, and Wendy's. Their support enhances NCAA championships and the educational and athletic experiences of nearly 500,000 NCAA student athletes. We're all part of a community, and we all play a role in keeping our community safe. While you're watching the game, keep an eye out for suspicious activity. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities. Together, we can protect our community. Fans, take home a unique souvenir from today's championship. Visit NCAA merchandise stands throughout the venue for great championship gear and memorabilia. Fans, welcome to the 2024 NCAA Division II Football Championship at Blakely Stadium in Mankato, Minnesota. Today's national quarterfinal game features the visiting Bemidji State Beavers led by head coach Brent Volpe and your home team, the Minnesota State Mavericks, led by head coach Todd Hoffner. Minnesota State and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. Respect is the name of the game. And now to perform the United States National Anthem under the direction of Michael Thursby and Sarah Costello, please welcome the Maverick Machine.
Mic check, mic good. Test 1, 2. You're the Maverick Machine in the background. Aaron Worm and John Harrington with you here on the Fan Mankato. And John, any final thoughts before we kick this one off?
Well, it doesn't get any more exciting than Elite 8 right now this weekend. And taking a look, so much green and black on the other side from Bemidji. On our Maverick side, a full house, the berm filling up. It's playoff football, the excitement at a number 10, Aaron.
So BSU won the toss. They deferred, so Minnesota State's offense will be out there to start the game. Both teams 10-3 on the season. The national semifinals awaits the winner of this one. Probably a trip to a Georgia or Michigan on the line. We should mention over at the pitch right now, that game is 1-1. Not sure if it's winning the overtime, but Grand Valley State was up.
It is overtime.
It is overtime now in that one. So hopefully a Minnesota State can find a way to beat a Grand Valley State and move on to their first national semifinal. It's a super Saturday here in Mankato.
Well, the wind already had an effect. They blew it off the tee initially. He's resetting the football, and hopefully it can stay on there for him.
So kicking off for Bemidji State.
It's number 28 for their team. And that would be Landon Aarons.
Landon Aarons, yeah.
And back deep, Trayshawn, and our Rookie of the Year.
And here we go. We are underway here on KTOE and ESPN Plus. It's got the 5 across the 10, across the 15, 20. Trayshawn's got some room across the 27-yard line. That's where Minnesota State will start. First down and 10. Of course, senior quarterback from Chicago, Illinois, Hayden Eckern leads the way. 22 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions, 71 touchdowns. That's second all-time in school history, trailing Ben King, who's number 1 with 72.
He'll lead him out on the field. On that return, looked like Trayshawn might be able to go, but their linebacker, Levi Daniel, put a stop to it in a hurry.
I'll say this Beaver defense, one of the best in the Northern Sun Conference, only giving up 15.8 points per game. MSU's offense averaging 29.7 points per game. So Eckern will start in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Has it back to his right on first down and 10 for the 27. They'll hand it up off the middle. Good running room across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Good pickup. Sam Backer, redshirt freshman from Chatfield, Minnesota, on the carry.
Well, talking to Coach Hoffner, obviously said we have to run the football and start off that first play. Good yardage for Sam Backer.
Now, when it comes to Minnesota State, you heard Coach Hoffner talk about a couple of guys up front out tonight. We know Zach Rogo tried his best last week against Pueblo. It'll leave the game. He's out. Marshall Frenner, Kobe Hardig, Josh Witt, Zach Brady, and Deontay Vini, the guys up front for MSU. 5-yard pickup for Backer. Second down, another handoff. He's going to bounce to the outside. He's got some room across the 35, across the 40, across the 45, knocked out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. That's going to be a Maverick first down. A pickup of 16 yards for Sam Backer and move the chains for Minnesota State.
Well, that one trying to run behind Ferner, but actually they did a good job of clogging that up. But he sidestepped quickly, got to the outside, got that running room going north and south, and first time into Beaver territory.
So Sam Backer with a couple of carries. Backer was first team Northern Sun Conference, averaging 63.8 points per game. Newcomer of the year in the Northern Sun Conference. So MSU's run the ball twice. First down, mark it at the 48 of the Beavers. Eckern, all by himself in the backfield, is going to run with the football across the 45 to the 43-yard line. And a 5-yard pickup by Hayden Eckern. And right now, Minnesota State, give the guys up front a lot of credit. Run the football and running it well.
Well, running it well against one of the best defensive lines, not just in our conference, Aaron, but in the nation. Their front four, they rely on them. They don't use a lot of extra help. They've been so strong against the run. So far, the Mavericks being able to exploit it a bit.
Yeah, Sam Backer and running back. Gabe Hagan is out today. Tony Anger in the tight end spot. Gabe had a great game last week against Pueblo. Second down and 5. They're going to hand it off to Backer. And Backer's going to be hurt, or not hurt, but hit and taken down after just a minimal gain on the left side. Okay, the guys up front for the Beaver defense are some of the best. Eli Conan, Marco Cavallero, Stephen Hoffman, Marcus Hansen. The guys up front, Cam Gothard, Jacob Dritz, Colton Heinrich. The linebackers in the secondary, Savon Cameron, Malik Knox, Caden Bolte, and Isaiah Johnson.
Colton Heinrich was the one who actually handled the line, but Heinrich came up from the linebacker position to put a stop to it.
So a 2-yard pickup for Becker, 3rd and 3. Ekern's going to run with the football behind some blockers, gets to the 39-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down on the near hash mark, right at the numerals of the 40 by a yard, and now decision time for head coach Todd Hoffner. An opening drive of this one, 12-19 to go. National quarterfinals. MSU on their first possession, and there's going to be no guess here.
No.
Minnesota State's going to go for it.
Well, they love the +1, as coaches call it. When the quarterback runs the ball, you really have an extra blocker, and hopefully that's what they're planning on doing with Hayden Eckern moving the chains.
So Eckern under center, big 4th down and 1, 11:55 to go first quarter. No score. They're going to turn around, hand it off to Backer. Backer's going to get the first down. He slips a tackle, gets to about the 37-yard line, and move the chains for Minnesota State. He was kind of hit before he got to the first down marker, but kind of just slipped out of that tackle. That's a Maverick first down, and or I take that back. Maybe I spoke too soon.
No,
there we go. Okay.
Just took a little time to move him. Actually, the first guy to hit him, Jamel Stone, the defensive back, 5'10" senior from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Looked like he had a shot of stopping Backer, but not many stop him initially on that first hit. Able to move the chains.
I'll say the guys up front for Bemidji State, 3 of the guys in that defensive line, first team all Northern Sun. And again, we talked about Bemidji State only giving up 247 total yards per game, 88 on the ground, 158 through the air. So again, they hang their hats on defense. So MSU goes for it on 4th down and gets it. Eckern back to pass on 1st down. Looking to go deep. He's got a guy, and it's going to be, is it picked off? I think it was picked off, and a touchback for BSU. Looking for Watson. Watson fell down. It's picked off, and our first turnover of the game goes to BSU. Didn't see who that was in the secondary that made the catch. That's going to be Isaiah Johnson, his 4th interception of the season. So Minnesota State, who had ran the football, ran it some more. Their first pass, and again, Watson slipped, and that was a beautiful catch. Diving into the end zone to make that interception, and BSU gets the first big play of the game.
Well, it really was, but what happened, he slipped because it was actually, he had the inside position. It was thrown more to the outside. Trayshawn tried to adjust and could not get there, but that defensive back, that's a tremendous interception.
So BSU will have the ball at the 20-yard line. Yeah, Isaiah Johnson somehow came down with that. I don't know how he made that catch.
He looked like a wide receiver.
Say diving into the end zone to make that catch. So BSU gets a turnover, their first possession, 10:52 to go first quarter, no score. Back to pass, going to swing it out here on the near side. It's caught for a short pickup, and then that might be a late hit. Yeah, here comes the flag on that tackle. They got the pass out. It was caught, and then a little extracurricular activity by one of the cornerbacks for Minnesota State. So it's going to be a short pickup, but probably add 15 on the end of that.
It looked like Lorenzo Jones was the one on the coverage there for the Mavericks, and clearly out of bounds when he threw him down. They're discussing what's going on here, though.
Sam McGathy, a quarterback for BSU, 23 touchdowns, 11 interceptions this season. His top wide receiver, Bryce Peters. Bryce Peters close to 1,100 yards this year, 13 touchdowns, 84.4 yards per game. So we'll see what there's been no signal yet. They still have the ball. Or they have the ball marked.
2 fouls on the play by Minnesota State. Offside.
So we got offsides on Minnesota State. And we're going to have the
from the previous spot lined up in the neutral zone. After the play, personal
so
foul.
a personal foul as well. So offsides on Minnesota State. And a personal foul after the play. So it's going to be extra on that reception for BSU. So after Minnesota State threw the interception, now another, kind of big time mistake there, John, by the defense. You don't want to give up 15 free yards.
Well, Cody Brown, the right defensive end for the Mavericks, really thought that their left tackle moved, and he stepped across on purpose, trying to draw that on the Beavers. But the referee said that it was only Cody Brown that moved.
So with the penalty, first down and 10 at the 40. Play action across the middle, wide open across the 50 to 45, down to the 40 to about the 38. And here comes that BSU offense. And we didn't mention this guy, Drayton Lehman, 68th catch of the year. And Lehman's going to pick up about 30 yards, and that's going to be a BSU first down. Just a quick slant there, John, and he was wide open.
Well, Jamal Spy fell before the play even started. We're going to hear that a lot. We talked about the field. It is a frozen tundra. Not very good grip with your spikes out there today.
0-0 game, 10:05 to go in the first quarter. If you're just tuning in, Minnesota State threw an interception on their opening possession. Here comes BSU. They'll hand it off on the right side. Gonna get the pound to move a little bit. 38 to the 36. That's about a 3-yard pickup for Jaden Washington. He made second team Northern Sun. Coming in, 757 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns, averaging about 58 yards per game. So BSU, a pass, penalty added on, big time pass, and now a short run, 2nd down and 7, far hash mark from the Maverick 36. 9:28 to go, first quarter, national quarterfinals. You're on KTOE and ESPN Plus. Shotgun, quarterback keeper, going to run it across the 35 to about the 31-yard line, short of the first down, and that is Connor Carver. We're going to mention his name a lot because I think he rushed for about 50 yards in that win against Western Colorado last week. He's a backup quarterback for the Beavers.
And the game before in Texas, he was 0 for 1 passing and rushed for 158 yards.
So I'll have to keep an eye on switching between the two quarterbacks, Sam McGath, number 17, and Connor Carver, number 19. So it's 3rd down and 2 in the middle of the field for the Maverick 31 shotgun formation for McGath. He's going to hand it off on that left side. First down and much more inside the 25 down to about the 23-yard line. Going to be an 8-yard pickup for Jaden Washington. And here comes BSU marching down the field in their opening possession, and the Beavers looking to go fast.
Well, Caleb Paulus, the right defensive end, just really got blown out of his position. Their offensive line for the Beavers just getting off the ball extremely well.
So first down and 10 for the Maverick 28, 7:23 to go first quarter. No score, but BSU just outside the red zone. Trips to the far side, receiver near side. McGath back to pass, going to throw it near side. Washington makes the catch. He'll be taken down immediately for a short pickup. On the tackle for Minnesota State, was that Nathan Drum?
That was Nathan Drum, the former East Cougar out there, and really good coverage. The ball got out there quickly, but Drum right there to make the hit after a short 1-yard gain.
Raven Crenchey, Abe Hestelin, Max Lommel, Cody Brown, the guys up front. Antonio Alzheimer, Carson Dunn, Micah Brown, the starters. The linebacker position for MSU. So it's a 1-yard pickup, 2nd down and 9 from the Maverick 22. Going to hand it out. They'll fake the handoff. Pass on the far side. Conley slips at the 20-yard line. That's going to be a minimal pickup there for Drayton Lehman. And he talked about the field. Lehman caught it and tried to turn on the speed and fell almost immediately. It's going to be a 2-yard pickup. So 3rd down and 7 coming up.
Lorenzo Jones coming up to make the hit, so he tried to make a cut, and again, not able to keep the feet underneath him. Just slides right out from under him.
The crowd at Blanksley coming to their feet. We got ourselves almost a packed house here at the Blank for the national quarterfinals. Big 3rd down and 7 from the Maverick 20. Shotgun formation. Receivers split to each side. McGath. And it's a bad snap. It's over his head. Washington's going to dive onto the 28-yard line. So it's an 8-yard loss. Again, the snap was kind of over his right shoulder. I'm not sure he even saw that one coming. I think it was snapped before the quarterback was ready for it.
And it wasn't even close to him. It was just really a poor snap that time. But that running back did the right thing. Just jumped on that ball. Gives your kicker with a wind behind him an opportunity.
Yeah, we should mention the win right now going from left to right. So it's going to be a 44-yard field goal for Connor Mantelli. From this range, he's 2 for 2 this season. His longest is 47 yards. This will be 44 yards in the middle of the field. It's a good hold. The kick is up. The kick looks good from here, and I think the kick is good. So Bemidji State takes that interception at the goal line, marches down the field, and BSU here the national quarterfinals. They're up 3-0, 6:22 to go. First quarter, we're back in 30 seconds on KTOE and ESPN Plus.
Players, 53 yards, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. A 44-yard field goal by Mantelli is good. Bemidji State 3, Minnesota State 0.
6:22 to go, first quarter. BSU scores 9 plays, 53 yards. Took 4:30 off the clock. 44-yard field goal by Mantelli, and it's 3-0 BSU on top. And again, the Maverick defense, we've seen this especially here in the postseason. They bend but don't break. They're making teams settle for field goal attempts, and give Mantelli credit. 44 yards, that's a pretty deep field goal, and Beavers are up 3-0.
Well, they take advantage of an error by the Mavericks and put points on the board, but you're right, Maverick defense has given up 1 touchdown in each of the playoff games so far.
Yeah, last week, Pueblo averaging 41 points per game. Obviously did not get near that as that kickoff's going to go into the end zone. Backer's going to chase it down. Always going to bring it out the end zone at the 5-yard line, to 10-yard line. He's got some room to the 15 and taken down. So it's skipping the end zone. Backer decided to bring it out. He gets to the 15, and that's where Minnesota State will start their second drive of the game.
Well, I think Backer was not sure if that was able to be a touchback, but he did muff it. It would have been a touchback. He didn't want to make sure that they didn't get caught real deep there, so he did bring it out, gives them a little breathing room at the 15.
Like we mentioned, they're in overtime. They're in the second overtime at the pitch right now. Minnesota State and Grand Valley State tied at 1 apiece. Grand Valley State ranked number 19. Minnesota State ranked number 7. That's your national quarterfinals in women's soccer going on here on campus as well. 1-1 in double overtime. So Mavericks in their second possession, end around and slipping at about the 16-yard line. Jeremiah Howard on the carry. And again, field conditions, it's going to be tough going. We've seen already, and we've only played 9 minutes of football. We've seen at least 3 guys already fall.
And there, he made a really nice cut. There was a wide open field in front of him. Probably would have moved the chains for a first down, but instead, again, they can't keep their spikes underneath them.
So 2nd down and 9 for Minnesota State. Mavericks in the black unis, gold numerals, purple helmets, black pants. Bemidji State all in white. On 2nd down and 9, Ecker in the shotgun all by himself, looking, going to step forward. He's got some running room. He's pump fakes to the 20, steps out of bounds to the 21, a 5-yard pickup for Hayden Eckern. And Eckern, again, when it comes to a rushing of football, he's got 12 rushing touchdowns this year. To go with his 22 touchdowns through the air, that's a 34 touchdowns from your quarterback. That's pretty good.
Well, it really is. He's really been a real positive leader, too. You listen to the linemen and other players talk about his leadership on and off the field. He's the guy they go to.
So 3rd down and 3 from the 22, 6-yard pickup by Eckern. Again, we sent it to a packed house here at the Blank right now. Plenty of green and black across from us on the visitors' sideline.
Making some noise for their defense.
3-0 BSU on top. 3rd down and 3 for the Mavericks. Far hash mark at the 21. Ecker's going to try to run out the football. He gets tripped up. He's not going to get there. Someone got in the backfield and slowed him down. It's going to be 4th down. And I assume Minnesota State's going to have to punt the football.
Marcus Hansen, a defensive end, redshirt junior from Waseca, Minnesota, is the one who actually got a piece of him, just enough to slow him down. He couldn't get that momentum going forward.
Yeah, I believe Marcus was the preseason defensive player of the year in the Northern Sun. He gets in the backfield a lot. 7.5 sacks, 14.5 tackles for loss for the Waseca native. So Connor Fournay standing back at his 7-yard line. MSU will punt. 4th and 3 from their 22. 3-0 BSU. Here comes to rush into the wind. Not a bad kick. Going to be caught at the 49. Trying to break a tackle. Breaks a couple of tackles on the outside across the 50, across the 45, across the 40, inside the 35-yard line. And on the return for BSU, that's Lehman. And Lehman looked like he's going to hit immediately, but some fancy footwork out there, John, and they're going to mark it inside the 40, and that's where BSU will take over their second possession of the game.
Well, Lorenzo Jones was right there. It looked like he did have an opportunity to stop him immediately, but somehow slipped away. And again, that footing, Lorenzo Jones not able to get his footing to make a good tackle, and they break away and in Maverick territory to start this offensive drive.
BSU in the first quarter this year outscoring their opponents 62-38. Again, they average at 25.8 points per game. MSU defense giving up 23.5 points per game. Second drive for BSU. Great field position from the 38. They're going to hand it off to Washington on that far side. And Washington is going to roll across the 35. Right at the 35-yard line. Going to pick up about 3 yards.
Well, it
second down and 7.
Looked like the Maverick defense had it plugged up initially, but this running back, those legs just keep churning and pick up positive yardage on first down.
And this BSU team's been pretty much playing playoff games since early November. They lost to Winona, their 3rd loss of the season back on October 26. They won 5 straight since then. 2nd and 6 from the 34, far hash mark. 2 receivers near side. Shotgun for McGath. Fakes the handoff. No, he does give it to Washington, trying to make a move and gets maybe a couple or two on the far side of the field. Try to dance away, but not able to. Good pursuit by MSU.
coming up defensively that time. Micah Brown, the defensive back from Depew, New York, comes up and makes sure he doesn't get anywhere.
Well, a big third down coming up here. 3:11 to go in the first quarter. 3-0. Beavers on top. They did have to settle for a 44-yard field goal on their first possession. Right now, we're talking about 49-yard attempt if they don't get any more yards. So 3rd down and 4. Trips to the near side. 2 receivers far side. Empty backfield for McGath. The 6'1" senior. McGath back to pass. He's got time. Flush out to his far side. Going backwards. Throws it. It's going to be incomplete at about the 24-yard line. That was a dangerous pass. Looking for Ethan Bean, his tight end. And he's lucky that didn't get picked up because he just kind of fallen backward. I thought he was throwing the ball away, but lands incomplete.
He threw it near. Micah Brown might have had a chance of picking that one off, but real good pressure by Cody Brown that time. He's the one who forced that tough throw, and they're going for it on 4th.
Head coach Brent Bolte's going to pass on a 50-yard field goal attempt. So do some math there. Yeah, 50-yard field goal attempt. So here we go. Big 4th down and 4. Minnesota State converted one on their first drive, and they're going to pooch kick it. So the quarterback's going to kick it through the end zone. That's McGath, and Minnesota State's going to take over in pretty good field position.
You know, I remember
that
them,
surprises me a little bit.
Well, I remember them doing that last year. They do like to do that with their quarterback. I had forgot till he just did that now, but really wasn't very effective. He kicked it into the end zone, so Mavericks will start out in good position. Again, the defense, in tough position. They start in your own territory, but able to keep them out of the end zone.
Again, our game will be the final national quarterfinal to a wrap up today. Scoreboard right now, Ferris State, they're up 41-7 against Harding, so the defending national champions are going to go down. Valdosta State out of Georgia beating Virginia Union 48-7. A good chance whoever wins this game will go to one of those two places in the national semifinals. Mavericks' third drive handoff breaks a tackle. That's Vassar up to the 25-yard line. A 5-yard pickup for Christian Vassar. And Vassar had some good runs last week in Pueblo.
He really did, especially in the fourth quarter. I just got a notice from Randy Zelmer. Penalty kick time in the game over at the pitch in soccer.
So a trip to the national semifinals in women's soccer comes down to penalty kicks. Good luck to Minnesota State. 2nd down and 5 from the 26. 2 receivers far side. Going to hand it off here on the near side. The Vassar cuts it back, lowers the shoulder across the 30 to about the 31. That's going to be a 6-yard pickup, and that's a Minnesota State first down. And how about the senior from Wayzata, Minnesota? He has been so clutch coming in relief of Sam Backer here in the postseason.
Yeah, and I talked about leadership at quarterback with Hayden Eckern, but Christian Vassar is really a leader also in that locker room, on the practice field, on game day.
3-0 BSU. Mavericks on their third possession. Opening possession, an interception at the goal line, and they punted on possession number 2. Eckern rolling out here on first down. He's going to just throw it away, and I don't know, is that intentional grounding? He got to the Beaver bench and kind of threw it. Almost ended up in the front row of the stands. Just an incomplete pass.
Well, I think they're going to say he actually stepped out of bounds before he even threw it. The white hat asking the other official who actually got knocked down on the play, he can't possibly have known what went on.
When it comes to Minnesota State, the last time that they got this far, 2019, they lost in the finals to West Florida. Again, we mentioned the Mavericks making their 6th appearance in the national quarterfinals. BSU, their first ever. So it's going to be an incomplete pass. They're going to say it's 2nd down.
The coach over there, Bolte, trying to point to the official. He stepped out right here, but it would only been like a yard loss at the most.
So 2nd down and 10 from the Maverick 31. Tight trips to the near side. Lone back behind Eckern. Eckern under center. On 2nd down and 10, Eckern's going to turn around, hand it off. That's Vassar. Vassar following his blockers. It gets to about the 34. Actually 33. Picks up a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Elijah Brown, 5'11", 290 from Minneapolis. He really plugged that up. Looked like Vassar might have some running room. He said, no, you're stopping right here.
Like we mentioned, BSU only allowing 88 rushing yards per game. So a big 3rd down and 8. Again, we knew BSU would travel well to the Blake. A lot of green and black across from us. 3rd down and 8. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Ecker in the shotgun formation all by himself. 53 seconds to go first quarter. Mavericks down 3-0. Here comes the blitz. Eckern back to pass. Going to throw. Got a guy wide open. Cut first down. 45 to the 50. Trayshawn Watson, the open receiver. A 16-yard pickup for Watson, and that's a Maverick first down.
Well, you take the chance by blitzing. That time they actually blitzed 2 guys coming with 6. Great job by the offensive line to allow Hayden Eckern step up and find Trayshawn wide open.
First team Northern Sun, 705 yards catching, coming in, 8 touchdowns. He had 3 touchdown receptions that win against Bemidji State, the second game of the season. First down and 10 for MSU. Probably time for one more play before this first quarter comes to an end. In national quarterfinals, 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Single back, that's Vassar. He'll get the carry, and Vassar with some big-time running room across the 45 to about the 44. It's a 5-yard pickup, and that's where our first quarter will come to an end from Blakesley Stadium in Mankato. National quarterfinals, Bemidji State 3, Minnesota State nothing. We're back in 30 seconds on KTOE and ESPN+.
Former members of our armed forces, please stand to be recognized.
John Harrington with you here on KTOE, also on ESPN+. It's a 3-0 game. Bemidji State on top, and again, Minnesota State with the football twice. Had a nice drive on the first possession to start the game, and again, they were running the football. The first time they go to the air, it's intercepted, I should say, and BSU drives down the field, gets a field goal. That's where we sit right now, 3-0.
Well, again, people make mistakes. If you're the other team, you want to take advantage of them. Bemidji does. They do. They get that interception. They march it down. But again, the bend but don't break defense of the Mavericks, which has been their key to fame so far in the playoffs, hold them to a field goal.
So now Minnesota State with the win to their back. 2nd down and 4. Eckern across the middle. It's going to be incomplete off the fingertips. Looking for Isaiah Emanuel at the 25. A little bit high on that pass. Emanuel could not come down with it. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Mavericks. From the BSU 43-yard line, 3-0. BSU on top.
Well, their linebacker, Dreitz, dropped just enough, so Hayden Eckern had to throw it over the top of him, and that way Emanuel couldn't quite get up high enough to get it.
The second quarter's been the best for MSU when it comes to offense, scoring 114 points in the second quarter. Big 3rd down and 4 from the 43, trips near side. Can throw it here for a screen. Guyette makes the catch, and he's not going to get too far across the 40 to the 39. They take that back. Actually comes up just short of the first down. Nice job by Guyette, because a couple of guys got around their blockers.
Nice job, though. The weapon out there, Tony Anger and Emanuel, doing the blocking and allowing Guyette to get some momentum north and south. And again, a real short 4th down. Mavericks going for it.
Yeah, he picks up a handful, so just inside the 40 near hash mark. 4th down and 1 for Minnesota State. They're going to go for it. The senior from Blooming Prairie, Gabe Hagan, top tight end. Second when it comes to receiving for MSU. He's out today. 533 yards receiving and 6 touchdowns for Hagan. Again, not available today for MSU. Going to fake the handoff on 4th down. Eckern rolls out. He's going to throw. It's going to be caught first down to about the 33-yard line. And talking about the tight ends, Aiden Ferguson from Rice Lake, Minnesota. A guy that's known as a lumberjack back home.
Yes.
Gets his first reception of the game, and that's a first down for Minnesota State. Again, we mentioned no Hagan. They go to Ferguson instead. It's a first down at the 33-yard line, and Minnesota State converts on 4th down.
And that's good news, but I even have better news right now. 5-4 in penalty kicks. Guess who's moving to the Final Four of soccer?
Congratulations to head coach Brian Ball and the MSU soccer team. They're moving on to the national semifinals for the first time It's school history. Backer has it. Backer inside the 30, breaks a tackle, shakes off another guy, gets to about the 27. Going to be a 6-yard pickup for Sam Backer.
Boy, a really nice hole on that left side behind their big tackle, Ferner. Marshall Ferner doing the job, and then Backer, you said it, after he gets through the hole, breaks a tackle, more positive yardage.
Yeah, I want to mention for those that are watching on the stream today, it's a Super Saturday here in Mankato with the national quarterfinals in women's soccer. And like John mentioned, Minnesota State just beat Grand Valley State in a shootout 5-4. It was a 1-1 game. So MSU, their third time in the national quarterfinals, first time ever going to the national semifinals. Congrats. Second down and 4 from the 27. Going to hand it off to Backer on the near side, and he gets hit trying to bounce off a tackle, a dive ahead. They're going to mark him at about the 24-yard line, make it the 25-yard line. Oh, he didn't get much of a spot there on that dive. They must have said his knee was down.
Well, Cam Gothard wrapped him up. It looked like he was going to get to the first down marker, but Gothard just would not let him go. And I think you're right, that right knee came down before he dove forward.
They're going to mark him just inside the 26 from the near hash mark. 3rd down and 2. Coming up for Minnesota State from the 26. Mavericks down 3-0. They are in field goal range with the wind behind their backs. Ekern trying to turn the corner. He's taken down and sacked. It was a running play, and he had no place to go. Stephen Hoffman, 6'5", 292-pound grad student. 8.5 sacks coming in, 12.5 tackles for a loss, and Ekern had no place to go. Yeah, they're going to bring on Matthew Jager with that loss, about a 4-yard loss. It'll be a 47-yard field goal attempt for Jager. Jager is 12 of 18 this season, but he's been a Matty Ice during the postseason. From this range, 4 of 7 on the year. So from the far hash mark, a 47-yard field goal attempt to tie things up with 11:27 to go in the second quarter. And now a timeout's going to be taken by BSU. The Beavers trying to ice Matty Ice here in the first half.
That really surprises me at this time of the game that you're icing, but they don't know Matty Ice. He told me I asked him about timeouts. He said, I prefer they do that. Just gives me more time to think.
Absolutely. Now, Minnesota State, a team that, again, the slogan's always to defend the Blake. Only 3-2 at the Blake this year. Actually have been a better team on the road. Trying to change that if you're a MSU fan. Of course, the Mavericks in their opener had to beat Augie 20-19 in a comeback victory. They were down 19-10 under 3 minutes to go. And we know how that story ended with a touchdown, an onside kick, and a field goal to win it.
And 2 announcers that jumped through the booth.
That was us.
That was us.
And last week against Pueblo, Matty Ice did it again in a 26-23 victory over the Thunderwolves.
Well, Nick Burns, our SID, sent us information. In his career, he's 8 of 9 in the fourth quarter in his career kicking field goals.
Well, a chance to tie things up. It is a attempt again from 47 yards out, far hash mark. Joey Gadel does a nice job as the holder. He's ready. Looks back at Jager. Points, wants the football. It's a good snap. It's a good hold. The kick is up. The kick is, I think that's wide right. That's wide right. Ends up on the berm here at Blakesley. You could tell from the get-go that was sailing. So Matthew Jager misses the field goal. We see the 3-0 game. He had the wind behind his back. John had plenty of distance, but again, wide right.
A big play on that defense by Stephen Hoffman. Mavericks had Hardig pulling from his guard position. Didn't get there quick enough to slow Hoffman down. Therefore, Hayden Ekern had no room to run and end up with some lost yardage, which could have been the difference in the 3 points.
So Minnesota State in their 3 possessions, an interception, a punt, and a missed field goal. It stays 3-0. So BSU will take over. 11:18 to go second quarter. 3-0 Beavers. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Again, BSU won the coin flip. They'll get the football to start the second half. McGath in the shotgun. Back to pass looking. Going to throw it here. Far side's going to be caught at the 43-yard line. But a 13-yard pickup, and that's Bryce Peters. We're going to mention his name a lot. 66 catch of the year, now over 1,100 yards for the season. 13 touchdowns, averages about 84.46 yards per game. We've seen this combination of McGath and Peters a few times.
Well, McGath threaded the needle. There were 3 defenders there for the Mavericks, and he put it in the absolutely perfect spot.
First down and 10 from the 43, trips near side. McGath's going to throw it far side, incomplete, looking for Peters again. That pass was thrown kind of to the side of him. That was going to be a tough catch. It's incomplete.
Same guy, McGath threads the needle between 3 defenders and this time missed that open guy. I'm sure he's shaking his head. He'd like that one back.
Looking at the scoreboard when it comes to games going on in the other national quarterfinals. Get you an update here in just a second. Second down and 10 from the 43. 2 receivers split to each side. McGath in the shotgun. Single back to his left. He fakes the handoff. Throws here near side. A diving catch is going to be a loss. It wasn't a great pass, but Joey Barron comes up with it for BSU. Would have been a pass probably you want to just drop. It's a 1-yard loss, so take that back. 2-yard loss. They're going to mark him back at about the 41, and third down and 12. And his packed house of the plate comes to their feet with 10:32 to go second quarter. 3-0 Beavers.
You know, I'm not sure he actually caught that either. It was really close to hitting the ground, but for a loss of yardage, and Maverick defense trying to get fired up with their crowd.
2 receivers split to each side. Shotgun formation. All by himself is McGath. Drops back to pass, can throw it across the middle. It's caught at the 45, across the 50. First down inside the 45, down to the 40. Just in the middle of the field, all by himself. And that is Alex Current. Only his 4th catch of the season for Current, but that was a big one. All the way to the 40-yard line, and that's a Bemidji State first down, so able to convert on third down and 12.
And no pressure on McGath, and Current was able to go all the way across the field. Nobody able to stay with him, and once he got it, he made a great move to head up and make sure to move the chains.
So the Maverick defense not able to get off the field, trips it in near side. Shotgun formation for McGath. Going to hand it off on that right side inside the 35, puts his head down to about the 33-yard line. That's Jarrett Gronsky, 6'1" senior. Big pickup on first down. And those are the kind of plays I think in a playoff game, third down and 12. If you're an MSU fan, you got to find a way to get off the field.
That's exactly what your defense is trying to do.
So second down and 4 coming up. Let's hear no finals as of yet. Take that back. Ferris State, that game is a final. They beat Harding. So the defending champions are done. Second down and 4 from the 38. Handoff up the middle again. Gronsky with a big hole inside the 25 down to about the 20. 13-yard pickup for Gronsky, and give the guys up front for BSU a lot of credit. That was a big hole there on the left side there, John.
Yeah, it really was. They're running behind that Connor Kova, 6'2", 297 from Joliet, Illinois, and he just had his way with the defensive line of the Mavericks.
So first down and 10, BSU going fast. From the 21 of MSU, fakes the handoff, pass near side, caught and taken down immediately at the 20. Nice job by Jamal Spy. First team, Northern Sun, sophomore from Fort Dodge, Iowa. He saw the receiver, was caught by Lehman. Again, Spy takes him down immediately for just a short gain.
Well, Spy, the hero with the onside kick down in Pueblo, came up with the big play for the Mavericks there.
So second down and 8 from the 19. BSU in the red zone, 3-0 Beavers. Here in the second quarter, 2 receivers far side, single back to the right of McGath. That back is Gronsky. Gronsky in there for Washington. They're going to hand it off to Gronsky. Gronsky trying to turn the corner inside the 20, and took a couple of Mavericks to take him down. Joey Gato was there. Also in the tackle, Carson Dunn, the junior from Des Moines, Iowa. And Gronsky's going to pick up a handful of yards. We'll call it third down and 4 at about the 16-yard line. And Connor Mattelli already hit a field goal from 40+, but again, they're going into the wind. The wind is pretty strong from left to right, and head coach of Minnesota State, Todd Hoffner, flapping his arms, trying to get the crowd here at Blakesley on their feet. Third down and 5 for the Mavericks, 16, 7:20 to go, third quarter. Or second quarter, excuse me, 3-0 Beavers. McGath in the shotgun is going to try to run with the football behind Gronsky inside the 10, down to, well, maybe just the 10. I think he's got enough for the first down.
He does.
Needed 5, and he got 5. And, John, he fouled his running back, Gronsky, kind of put his hand on his back, and Gronsky made the hole on the near side. And that's going to be a Bemidji State first down. 6:51 to go. So Minnesota State with a couple of third down chances on defense to get off the field, just not able to. So first down, and we'll call it goal from inside the 10. Again, the Minnesota State defense in the postseason has been very good at bending but not breaking. McGath in the shotgun formation. Going to fake the handoff. Going to throw it towards the end zone. One-on-one cover. It's going to be caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, BSU. Drayton Lehman. Gets behind Spy that time, and BSU again converts on third down a couple of times in this drive. Touchdown pass from 10 yards out. It's 9-0 Beavers.
Well, that ball thrown again perfectly by McGath, but Spy got caught turning back to look at the quarterback, ends up getting about a yard behind his receiver that he's supposed to be on, and ends up a perfect pass for 6.
And you mentioned Sam McGath, a couple of perfect passes on that drive. So an extra point for Connor Mettelli to make it a 10-0 game. Kick is up. The kick is good. Bemidji State in their first ever national quarterfinal matchup. They lead this one at the Blake. Beavers 10, Mavericks nothing. We're back in 30 seconds on KTOE and on ESPN Plus.
Scoring summary for the Beavers: 10 plays, 70 yards, 4 minutes and 50 seconds, a 10-yard touchdown pass by McGath to Lehman, and the extra point is good. Bemidji State 10, Minnesota State 0.
Jackson Jurek's going to head to the sideline to talk to a Coach Hoffner coming up here at halftime. Busy day for Jackson. We're going to have to get his comments because he was over calling the soccer game with MSU going to the national semifinals. 5-4 in his shootout and the extra kicks. So a good start over at the pitch. Football team's got to come back a little bit. Again, here in the second quarter, 6:28 to go. 10-0 BSU on that drive. 10 plays, 70 yards, took 4:50 off the clock. It's a short kick. It's going to go out of bounds to the 30. So MSU is going to take over in good field position. And again, that 10-yard touchdown pass by McGath to Lehman. They're done 10 plays, 70 yards at third down and 12. That was a golden opportunity for a Minnesota State to get off the field.
Yeah, they go to a receiver who, like you said, only had 4 catches all year, but no Maverick near him when he catches it. Short of the first down, but turns north and south, able to move the chains in a big play that the Beavers take advantage of and take it all the way to the zone.
Well, let's see if this Minnesota State offense can get things going. First down and 10 from the 35. Their best possession was the opening drive. They ran the football, got to the BSU side of the field, and then an interception at the goal line. Eckert's going to hand it off on the left side, inside of 35, across to 40, close to a first down to about the 42-yard line with a head of steam. That's Christian Vassar, the senior from Wayzata, one of the major leaders on this team. And, you know, we've talked to him many times. We enjoy talking to that young man. That's about 11-yard pickup and a Maverick first down.
Well, he's playing like a senior who doesn't want to hang up his jersey like I talked about in the pregame. He wants to keep playing football, and very determined run that time to move the chains.
Yeah, 78 yards on the ground for MSU, just 10 through the air so far. So first down and 10 for the Mavericks from the 48 on the jet sweep, and not much running room there. Jeremiah Howard gets the football, maybe a yard there in the near hash mark.
Well, coming up to make the play, strips the block of our tight end, Jacob Vasquez, a defensive back, just did a great job. Otherwise, that's a pretty nice setup play for the Mavericks, just nixed right there.
Well, one thing the head coach of Minnesota State, Todd Hoffner, said before the game, we got to get out to a fast start because this is a tough team to come back on with their defense. And right now, MSU at a 10-0 hole again. BSU is going to have the football to start the second half, so this is a big-time possession if you're a Maverick fan. Second and 10 from the 48 to Minnesota State, just below the Maverick logo. Eckert back to pass across the middle. Nice catch by Watson. Sure, the first down. He lost the football and got it back, but a yard short. BSU wants to be an incomplete pass. That's a catch by Watson.
This guy's marking it. I think they have it.
Let's see where they mark it. He had to get to the 42. He's going to be close to a first down, maybe short by half a yard. But what a catch by Trayshawn Watson. Was thrown well behind him. He was taken down immediately. The football came loose for a second. Well, I'm assuming they're ruling it a catch, a fumble, and a recovery.
He's one of those guys that if he gets his hands on it, it's like super glue.
So third down and 1 for Minnesota State from the 42. Mavericks down 10-0. Going to hand it off. That's Vassar inside the 35, inside the 30. Going to cut it back at the 20, across the 15, and down to the 10-yard line. Christian Vassar with a 32-yard pickup, and again a big hole, and then Vassar did the rest, kind of dodging and weaving as he went down the field. At Minnesota State in the BSU red zone for the first time this afternoon.
And Guyette down there helping to get up extra yardage, and Vassar doing a great job using him as a blocker.
So first down and 10, going to hand it off to Vassar, and Vassar gets about the 5-yard line. 4-yard pickup for Christian Vassar. What a first half for Vassar. 6 carries, 67 yards, averaging 11.2 yards per carry. That last one for 34 yards. And again, he had good blockers, but once he got downfield, that was him getting another 10 to 15 all by himself.
Yeah, he's having a game, and again, he's one of those seniors. They just don't want their careers to end.
3:32 to go before halftime. BSU up 10-0. Mavericks on the doorstep. Second down, we'll call it goal from the 6-yard line. Man in motion. That's Howard. Going to hand it off to Backer. Backer cuts it back inside the 5, inside the 1. Touchdown, Minnesota State. Sam Backer took his time, cut to the left, and Minnesota State right back in this game. A 5-yard touchdown run by take it back by Sam Backer, the redshirt freshman from Chatfield, Minnesota. His 5th touchdown of the season. It's a 10-6 game with 3:18 to go here in the second quarter.
Well, great job by the offensive line, but then also Tony Anger took a linebacker out that allowed Backer to make that extra cut to get to the end zone.
So Matthew Jager on for the extra point. Gadel the holder. So a nice answer by Minnesota State after BSU scored a touchdown. The kick is up. The kick is good. So MSU right back in this national quarterfinal matchup. 3:18 to go second quarter. Bemidji State 10. Minnesota State 7. Nice job by the running backs. Christian Vassar got him down there. The newcomer of the year in the Northern Sun, Sam Backer, able to finish off the drive. We're back in 30 seconds on KTOE and ESPN+. State 6 plays, 65 yards, took 3:10 off the clock. Sam Backer, a 6-yard touchdown run officially. Extra point is good, and MSU's on the board for the first time after trailing 10-0, 10-7 game. If you're just joining us, BSU connected on a 44-yard field goal from Connor Matelli in the first quarter. Their last possession at a touchdown pass from McGath to Lehman, a 10-yard touchdown pass to make it 10-0. But MSU, they come right back with a drive just over 3 minutes. And again, all about running the football. We mentioned BSU giving up less than 100 yards per game on the ground, but MSU's not shy of running the football. I know we have a couple of guys, when it comes to the Mavericks, banged up on that offensive line, but those guys that are out there, they're still playing hurt. They're creating some big holes for the running backs.
Oh, they really are. Again, the tight ends helping out. Certainly, they're part of that running game. But Vassar, I tell you what, Backer gets a touchdown, but Vassar set that up with some great running.
7 carries, 70 yards for Vassar. A short kick out of the 15. The head of steam across the 25, across the 30, far side, across the 35, 40. Cuts it back at the 45, breaks the tackle across the 50 to about the 44-yard line. And that's Drayton Lehman. Again, it was a short kick with not a whole lot of airtime, but we have a flag. We got a flag way back at the 22 of Bemidji State.
Well, that would certainly, if you're a Maverick fan, help if there's a penalty. That was a tremendous run back, a short kick, great blocking and patience on the return man, waiting for that hole to open and then burst through it, got to the outside and picked up great yardage, but we're waiting for the call. And they're marching back, it looks like.
Yeah, and here's the weird thing where the flag is. Oh, wait a minute. It was on Minnesota State? I didn't hear the official word.
I think that signal is a bench warning.
You think so? Okay, yeah.
I think that's, not positive, but I think that's it.
Because it was a weird place for a flag because it's on the near sidelines right next to where Minnesota State is at. And the play was on the far side of the field.
First down and 10 for the Beavers at the Mavs.
So we believe it was a warning on the bench. So the run stays.
The ball didn't
return.
move. It's set where he went out.
So first down and 10 from the 42. Some good position there. And here comes the backup quarterback inside the 30 down to about the 25-yard line. And on the carry, that's Connor Carver.
Well, Connor Carver, when he's in there, you need to know as a defense, he's going to run that football. Like I said, the game before, he threw one pass but ran for over 100 yards.
About 15 yards on that carry. It's first down and 10 from the MSU 24. BSU trying to steal the momentum right back after that Maverick touchdown. Good return by Lehman. First and 10, far hash mark from the 24. Two receivers tight on the near side, one far side. Single back to the left of McGath now back in the game. McGath is going to hand it off on that near side, trying to make something happen. Wiggles his way in across the 20 to about the 19. That's a 5-yard pickup.
Incapera was the running back that time from Los Banos, California, but didn't look like much of a hole, but he sure made the most of it.
I'll say he just found a spot between a couple of his linemen as we're going to hit the 2-minute timeout. BSU is going to have it at the 20. Second down and 5 when we come back. It's a McGowan water break. A good one here in the national quarterfinals. BSU 10, MSU 7. We're back in 30 on KTOE and ESPN+. With you on KTOE AM 1420, FM 98.7, ESPN Plus. We are the voices of Minnesota State football. We appreciate you having us on. If you're watching or listening today, Jackson Jurek's going to be on the sidelines, and what I just got from Jackson, he'll talk to a head coach, Todd Hoffner, coming off the field, and he'll talk to a head coach, Brett Bolte, for a BSU coming back on the field to start the second half. So we will have both coaches on the air for you. So second down and 5 after the 2-minute timeout. 2 timeouts left for the Beavers, 3 for MSU. Second and 5 for the Maverick 20. Trips out to the far side. McGath, the shotgun formation, and there's some pointing up front. Right away, Maven Crenchey is putting on one of the linemen for BSU. It's good. Move the Beavers back 5 yards.
Well, yeah, Maven tried to have that happen earlier in the game, and it went against him, but this time they did get movement. Had a couple guys actually move that time early and back them up.
And when it comes to a field goal range, BSU is kicking into the wind, going from right to left. That's going to make a huge difference when it comes to decision time for Brent Bolte. So 5-yard penalty back to the 25, second down and 10. Trips out to the far side. McGath in the shotgun formation. McGath is going to hand it off on that right side. Maybe back to the 20. Maybe we got the 5 yards back for a BSU. It'll be third down and 5. And I got a feeling going into the win, John, this might be 4-down territory.
Again, I'm impressed with their running backs. Again, they don't need much room out there, Aaron, and they still find a way to churn forward and get positive yardage.
Yeah, Justin Incaprera, 5'11 junior from Los Banos, California, on that last carry. Again, it's been fun. Looking around, there's not many empty seats here at the Blake. December football. At a big third down, they'll call it 6 from the 20. Trips out to the far side. Shotgun formation for McGath. McGath is going to fake the handoff, play action. One-on-one near side, a battle for Kai West. It's incomplete. Oh, and a flag's going to be thrown on Minnesota State. Alex Current and Kai West were battling all the way down and in the end zone. Head coach of Minnesota State, Todd Hoffner, at the 20-yard line. He thinks the pass was uncatchable. We'll see if they discuss it at all, but this is probably going to be a 15-yard penalty on Minnesota State. In that near corner, they're watching the replay. I didn't see much there, and
Well, I think the call is he did make contact with the receiver and did not get his head turned around to look at the ball. If that's the case, that's generally where they throw the flag.
When I saw it too, sometimes when that pass is underthrown, we see it at all levels. That's tough for the D-back because the receiver's coming back to get the football, and sometimes they're coming back through you. So instead of fourth down, they're going to mark it all the way down to a Minnesota State 5-yard line. Minute 13 to go until halftime. BSU up 10-7. Looking to go back up by 10 points. And they have that Carver, quarterback. He's going to run it up the middle and pushing the pile, still pushing the pile. He's going to get in the end zone. I think he did. Yeah, 5-yard touchdown run, and BSU is up by 9. That's a good weapon to have as a backup quarterback. Again, his job is just to run the football. 6'3", redshirt freshman from Fort Dodge, Iowa. Good size quarterback, 6'3", 215 pounds. Connor Carver on the 5-yard touchdown run, and BSU's up by 9 with 1:07 to go here, second quarter.
Yeah, he just doesn't go down. He just keeps plowing forward. Great strength, and that offensive line got behind him and gave him that push into the end zone.
So Mantelli on for the extra point. A good hold. Kick is up. The kick is good. So after MSU had their best drive of the day, BSU answers right back. 17-7. Beavers on top. MSU does have all 3 timeouts with the wind at their back. The minute 07 to go, second quarter. Let's say a quick 30-second timeout on KTOE and ESPN Plus. Bemidji State was all set up by a Drayton Lehman on the kick return. They started at the Maverick 41-yard line. 4 plays, 41 yards, took 2 minutes. Getting a 5-yard touchdown run by Carver. Extra point is good. And BSU for the second time today, they're up by 10, 17-7.
I said earlier, if you play good teams, you can't give them short fields. They take advantage, and the Beavers do that. Now
it's a squib kick. Going to be fielded at the 25-yard line across the 30. That's Anger to about the 32-yard line. Kind of surprised by that because MSU is going to take over in very good field position at their own 32. They got all 3 timeouts. The minute 03 to go until halftime. And again, the wind is behind the back of Matthew Jager if they get into field goal range.
Well, they also, I think a team that relies on a real solid defense really feels they don't want a huge kick return against them. They'd rather rely on their defense, and they feel they can hold them out.
So they're going to mark it officially at the 32. The weapon, the senior from Apple Valley on the return. So let's see if the Maverick offense can get some points before halftime. Again, BSU will have the football to start the second half. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Eckert in the shotgun formation. Play action. He's got time. Going to throw it here far side. It's going to be caught the 41, spinning to about the 45. Still on his feet is Guyette to about the 48-yard line. 16-yard pickup. They're going to stop the clock for a second as they move the chains. First down, Minnesota State. Well, Maverick's going to the hurry up.
Grant Guyette, just a real go-to receiver, and after the catch makes big yardage. Again, move those chains.
38th catch of the year for the junior from Omaha, Nebraska. Anchoring back to pass, lobs it out far side, one-on-one, incomplete. Third over Guyette. He was kind of tied up. One of the cornerbacks for BSU. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, just really good coverage that time. Number 1, Jamal Stone, mentioned his name a few times already today, but right there on Guyette.
You know, want to thank the Guyette family. Some great chili for the game today.
How about for the year? They've kept us fed.
Man, I blame them for the few extra pounds I've gained during the football season.
And actually part of that is the LaPlante family is part of that tailgate party.
So second down and 10 from the 49. 43 seconds to go. Eckert back to pass. Here comes the rush. Going to go deep. He's got a guy. Guyette going to make the catch to the 13 down to the 10-yard line. Grant Guyette pointing. That's going to be a pickup of 39 yards and a Maverick first down. And Guyette has made some amazing catches here in the postseason. Add that one to the list.
Absolutely. A guy all over him. And credit Hayden Eckert. He's being hit, stepping into a hit when he's throwing that. Still able to get it downfield.
Clock continues to run. Mavericks don't use their timeout. Eckert rolls out to the near side. Still rolling. Going to throw it out of bounds. Just threw it away. Guyette was over there. Also over there in that vicinity was Isaiah Manuel. So 2nd down and 10 from the 12 for MSU. Again, they still have 3 timeouts. Beavers up 17-7. The nice thing about having those timeouts, you can still run the football here if you choose to.
And really, that play was set up to go one-on-one with Trayshawn Watson. They actually had a double team over there, so the other people really weren't running a very good route. Hayden Eckern comes back this way, nobody open, did the right thing, throw it away.
Yeah, Minnesota State with 213 yards of offense in the first half, 150 for BSU, but the Mavericks trail by 10 on the scoreboard. Trying to change that. Trips it in the near side. Eckern back to pass. Looking, going to throw it to the near side. It's going to be incomplete. Looking for Emmanuel. Emmanuel put his hand down. Kind of overthrown there. So 3rd down and 10 coming up. 22 seconds to go here in this first half.
Tommy Lujan on the coverage that time. Hayden Eckern tried to pinpoint it where only Emmanuel could get it. Make sure the defensive back couldn't get a hand on it.
Well, right now it would be a 29-yard field goal attempt for Matthew Jager from this spot. Obviously he wants 7, but he got to get some points down 17-7 for Minnesota State.
Taking more points into halftime, I think, is a real big thing for this Maverick team.
Director of Athletics of Minnesota State, Kevin Beisman, will join us here at halftime. And a timeout's going to be called by Minnesota State. A McGowan water break. We'll keep it right here on KTOE. Yeah, I'm sure Kevin was over at the soccer game. We'll talk about that exciting ending as Minnesota State soccer. They are going to the national semifinals. I think they're in North Carolina for that coming up next week.
Okay.
I think the national semis and the finals are played in the same weekend. So they bring all 4 teams there for the Final Four.
I'm surprised when you say they haven't got past this because they've had such great success in soccer. Brian Ball's done such a great job with that program. But yeah, now finally getting that opportunity to continue that season on in a Final Four. That's awesome.
And I believe with the goal they gave up today, that was only the 6th goal they've given up all season. They got 18 wins. They've given up 6 goals. Unreal.
And you know, they really haven't scored a lot of goals. They've won a lot of 1-0 games or going into overtime 1-1 like today. A lot of really close games, but they find a way to win. And this Hayden Eckern bringing the team out onto the field again, getting ready to a big 3rd down play in the end of this first half for the Mavericks.
3rd down and 10 from the 12. 22 seconds to go before halftime. Mavericks down by 10, 17-7. 2 receivers split to each side. Eckern's going to try to run the football inside the 10. Stiff arms the guy inside the 5. Puts his head down. Did he get in for a touchdown? Did he roll in? Touchdown, Minnesota State. Hayden Eckern puts his shoulder down there, John, and ran over one more guy and just got into the end zone, kind of rolled in, and MSU answers right back. The lead is down to 4.
What a gutsy call by offensive coordinator Ryan Schlichty and head coach Todd Hoffner to put the ball in the hands of your quarterback and say, get to that end zone. Tell you what, Hayden Eckern was not to be denied. Like you said, pounded his way across the goal line.
We know Eckern's been dealing with a bad left shoulder. Hopefully he didn't take a hit on that side, but man, he's a senior. He doesn't care. So Minnesota State, the extra point is up and good by Matthew Jager. Well, what was supposed to be, I thought, a defensive battle here at the blank has turned into an offensive shootout. It's now 17-14, back and forth we go on touchdowns for both teams.
What a huge way. Obviously, there's still only 14 seconds left in the half, but what a great way to end the half for this Maverick offense. Kind of like last week. Driving down at the end and kicking a field goal, putting points on the board right before half is just such a confidence builder for your offense. Hopefully that carries over into the second half. Obviously, the Bemidji defense doesn't want that to happen.
Again, it was a short kick on the kickoff by Bemidji State, so MSU started at their own 32-yard line. 6 plays, 68 yards, took only 49 seconds off the clock, and Hayden Eckern with the rushing touchdown, his 13th rushing touchdown of the year. Extra point is good. Back to a 3-point game, 17-14 Beavers. Again, Jackson Jurek's going to be on the sideline catching up with Minnesota State head coach Todd Hoffner.
And we'll catch up with athletic director Kevin Beisman. He's got a lot to talk about, too. I tell you what, there's a lot going on in his head.
17-14, again, back and forth we have gone here, especially here in the second quarter. We're looking at other scores. Slippery Rock, they've advanced to the national semifinals. They beat California, Pennsylvania 31-13 as that kick's going to go out of the end zone. with 14 seconds to go. Ferris State has knocked off the defending champs Harding 41-7. A Ferris State team that scored 71 last week in their victory.
In fact, we looked at that score. We thought there was a typo because they had like 56 points in the second quarter, and we're going, well, can't be. But obviously, they're an offensive machine right now.
And Valdosta State, 49-14 winners against Virginia Union. So 3 teams that punched their ticket to the Final Four.
They're going to kneel down here. They've got a guy way deep, make sure, but it's going to be the kneel down, and they know they get the ball to start that second half, Aaron.
17-14. We'll recap everything for you here at halftime and see if we can find a Jackson Jurek. Also looking for a head coach, Todd Hoffner.
I see Coach Hoffner.
Okay, there's Hoffner right there.
Oh, wait. What is... Mavericks call timeout? I'm not sure.
Minnesota State takes their second charge time out of the half.
I think Minnesota State called a timeout. It's a McGowan water break.
Yes, it is.
You can't take the timeouts with you.
Well, no. Didn't Chicago Bears head coach figure that out as he lost his job by not using a timeout?
Well, here's the thing. You might go, okay, why is Minnesota State taking a timeout? We got 12 seconds left. It's second down and 10. They have 2 more timeouts left. So you could force BSU to have to punt the football here.
Block a punt. I mean, you never know what crazy thing might happen. And Coach Hoffner doesn't miss many things, Ryan. And a lot, like you said, a lot of people are going, what's going on? Well, he knows that that's a possibility. So now I would look for the other quarterback to come in maybe and run the football, try to kill a little bit more time on the clock. No, they've got McGath is there, but he is not under center this time. He's in the shotgun.
I'll see if you're BSU. Obviously, you can't just take a knee now. So MSU kind of forcing the hand of Bemidji State. 17-14, Beavers on top. 12 seconds to go before halftime. Could be second down from the 24 after taking that knee and losing a yard.
Not sure what the delay is here, but
officials kind of looking
around.
ready.
Yeah, they're all trying to get set.
Again, we'll go through your first half stats coming up at halftime.
Oh, they're trying to put time on the clock, I believe. They're talking to one of the coaches with the headset, trying to get that straightened out.
A reminder on KTOE tonight, the Minnesota State men's hockey team going for a sweep of Bowling Green. That's a pregame at 5:40, face-off at 6:07. Everybody's yelling up to the box.
They put 11 seconds instead of 12. We got that straight.
There was people in the crowd turning around trying to help them up in the box there. So second down and 11 from the 24-yard line. 2 receivers far side. They'll hand it off. Inside handoff. Not much running room to about the 30. It's going to be a pickup, maybe 5 yards. And this time Minnesota State's going to let it come to an end. So the first half is over here in the national quarterfinals. What a game we got here at Blakesley. 17-14 BSU on top. See if we can see a Jackson Jurek down there.
I don't. I see Coach Hoffner.
Okay, there's Coach. We'll keep an eye on Coach Hoffner. We'll see when somebody stops him on the sidelines. I don't know if he's got to go all the way to where the TV is.
Oh, there he is.
There's Jackson.
Jackson just caught him.
We'll send it down to a Jackson Jurek.
These guys, Coach, a couple late scores there for the Mavericks. How important are late scores for you in this game?
Well, they're huge, right? We started off the game, right? It was 4th down. We converted, right? Interception. We got a personal foul, right? We didn't start this game out very well. We got a field goal, right? And they went up 10-0, 10-7, right? 17-7. They've been running the ball pretty well against us, but so have we. I thought we ran the ball pretty well, but those huge scores late for us with about a minute on the clock was nothing short of amazing. So Hayden Eckern cashed in on a touchdown, but he couldn't have done it without his linemen, tight ends, receivers. So it was really impressive drive.
Big second half, still down coming out of the half. What can the team do to get in front and win this game?
Well, we can't beat ourselves. We got to make field goals, right? We missed a field goal with the win. We've got to cash in on that. But we have to stop the run if we're going to win this game, because they've ran the ball when they wanted to run the ball, and we have to stop them from running the ball, and we've got to continue to be able to run the ball, but we've got to get to 31 points if we're going to win this game.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Ken Jensen-Jurek on the sideline with head coach Todd Hoffner. 17-14 game is our halftime score. Aaron Warman, John Harrington, Kevin Weisman, Director of Athletics, will join us here in just a moment. Before we take a timeout, I've been told they're going to show us on TV here for a second, John. We're radio guys. That's something new for us. There we are. You can see what we look like again. Broadcasting on KTOE and the Fan Mankato. And John, before we get to our timeout here at halftime, your thoughts in the first half. You heard Coach Hoffner just mention to get those 2 touchdowns, get the offense moving. I think he used the word kind of miraculous, but that was big. 17-14. Maybe not the best first half defensive-wise for Minnesota State, but obviously right in the game.
Yeah, they did. And they gave them a short field, which we talked about before the game, Aaron. You can't give a good team a short field. Give credit to Bemidji. They found a way to do something that very few teams in the playoffs can do, is put balls in the end zone against this defense, but credit them. But then the Mavericks, they've been resilient all year long, and especially in this playoff run. When they get behind, there's no quit, and Bemidji knows that. So coming out this second half, that Maverick defense has to tighten up or Bemidji will march down the field. They're a very positive team right now.
I know you're going to be shocked by this, but this game could come down to one possession between these two teams.
Well, they're both used to it. They both went out to Colorado and walked away miraculously with victories to stay in this playoff run. I don't look for anything different in this second half.
MSU beat BSU by 2 earlier this season. They beat them by 3 last year. Probably another nail-biter here in the national quarterfinals. Again, your halftime score, 17-14 Bemidji State. We'll talk with Director of Athletics Kevin Weisman in 1 minute on KTOE and ESPN+. 17-14, Bemidji State on top of MSU. Aaron Worm and John Harrington with you. And John, let's talk some numbers in that first half. Again, Minnesota State able to rush the football, I think, better than we expected against the upfront guys for BSU. 83 yards, or I take that back, 133 yards of rushing in that first half.
Yeah, 22 carries, and credit the senior. You talked about it. Christian Vassar, his leadership, Aaron, he's just really done the job. 7 carries for 70 yards, averaging 10 per carry. I tell you what, he's a kid who doesn't want to quit playing football, wants to see if he can carry these Mavericks on.
Absolutely. When it comes to a total offense, MSU with the edge, 225 to a 155. And again, the difference when it comes to yardage in this one, getting a short, or not a short kick, but a good return by BSU, set him up at the MSU 42 on a short drive. And MSU on the opening drive got it down inside, I think, the 25 of Bemidji State, and then threw that interception at the goal line. So that's why MSU leads the battle when it comes to total yardage at this point. And, you know, that's the good news if you're a Maverick fan. We know that they can move the football offensive-wise. Defensive-wise, give BSU's offense a lot of credit. The one possession, they converted a 3rd down and 12. Also converted another 3rd down to keep that drive going. The MSU defense has been so good at bending and not breaking. If they want to win here, they got to get back to that in the second half.
They really do. And again, you said it just right. Credit Bemidji. They get that interception. They turn it into points on the other end. They get a good kick return in a short field. They take advantage and push it in and put it in that end zone. And, you know, the Mavericks come down and score a touchdown. And it looks like, okay, now momentum has switched. Bemidji comes right back.
Correct.
So both of these teams responding to whatever the other team does. And I think you're going to have that same thing in the second half. You better be able to stop somebody and not let them respond to something positive you do if you want to win this game.
Yeah, 3-0 was our score after the first quarter. Yeah, all your scoring pretty much happened late in that second quarter. Mantelli with a 44-yard field goal. 9 plays, 53 yards, took 4:30 off the clock. Again, BSU on top 3-0. 6:28 to go in the second quarter. Again, we were past the midway part of the second quarter before all the scoring happened. Lehman with a 10-yard reception from McGath. That was 10 plays, 70 yards, took 4:50 off the clock. BSU is up 10-0. MSU would answer right back. We mentioned Christian Vassar got the Mavericks down there. Sam Backer, the redshirt freshman from Chatfield, Minnesota, able to finish it off. A 6-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good. 6 plays, 65 yards, took 3:10 off the clock. BSU would answer right back. Carver, their backup quarterback, that when he's in the game, they're going to run the football. A 10-yard touchdown run for him. 4 plays, 41 yards, took 2 minutes off the clock. And again, that was a nice return by Lehman that set up BSU at the Maverick 41. But just a minute 07 to go. The offense for MSU, 6 plays, 68 yards, took 49 seconds off the clock. Hayden Eckern with a 12-yard touchdown run. So in the last 6+ minutes of that second quarter, we had a total of 28-point score, 2 touchdowns by both teams.
Really, both responded extremely well. You kind of said it too. You were surprised that they short-kicked. The Beavers did, but like I said, they're really proud of their defense and really thought with that little time they could keep the Mavericks out of the end zone. But credit Coach Hoffner and his staff, Ryan Schlichty, offensive coordinator, in a short amount of time, able to put a drive together and put 7 on the board and obviously make it a real game going into halftime.
Again, no surprise it's this tight at halftime. Again, 2 teams that know each other very well. If you're just joining us here in the broadcast on ESPN Plus or also on KTOE, they're 2 teams that were the last 2 to get into the Super 4 region at 6 and 7. They both have won a couple of road games, so they know what it takes to win close games. And that's what's going to take for both teams again this afternoon.
And, you know, we talked about the history of these 2 teams, and the Mavericks have won the last 5, but the last 3 literally have gone down to the very last play of the game, either a blocked field goal or a score to decide the winner. So even though they are 0-3, the Beavers in those games, they know that they're capable of being in this game and winning it. So, again, I think both teams coming out here in this second half knowing that they can win this. And, again, you have to take advantage of field position or mistakes and see if you can maybe, after doing something positive, whether you're the Beavers or the Mavericks, stopping the other team from responding to that.
Now, before we take a timeout, again, about 3 minutes until we get to the second half, just checking in. Okay, they do have the coach, so let's just send things down to a Jackson Jurek. He is with Brett Bolte, the head coach of BSU.
In that style of game, we just got to lean on it, out execute them the best we can, and the big thing is just limit explosive plays on defense right now and settle back into what we were doing early in the game. Awesome. Thank you very much, Coach. We appreciate it. Good luck in the second half. Back up to you guys in the booth.
Hey, thank you. Thank you much, Jackson. So Brent Bolte with a quick comment there. See if we can get our wireless to come in a little bit better, because Jackson will be down there talking with the coaches after the game as well. Again, his team's in a good position. They're going to get the football to start the second half. And again, BSU is looking for their first ever trip to the national semifinals. Again, their first ever trip here in the national quarterfinals. And I will say, when they opened up the merchandise today, it was all BSU fans in line waiting for the merchandise to open, because, again, this is history for that program to be this far. Again, we mentioned the Mavericks, 6th time in the national quarterfinals. Again, BSU, they are 2 quarters away from moving on to maybe Georgia, maybe Michigan. Same thing with Minnesota State. I can't wait for the final 30 minutes in this one.
Absolutely. It's going to be a real dandy down the stretch again. And, the coaches talk about the middle 8, the last 4 minutes of the first half, the first 4 minutes of the second half. Both teams did well the last 4 minutes of the first half. They both put touchdowns in for their team. These first 4 minutes of this half could be a real deciding factor in this game.
We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. We got second half action coming back. The national quarterfinals here on KTOE and also on ESPN Plus. 17-14 our score. BSU up by 3. Back in 30 on KTOE. Back here on KTOE as we get ready for the second half of action. Aaron Worm and John Harrington with you. So again, Bemidji State won the coin toss. They deferred, so they get the football to start the second half. Again, the field is pretty much set. 3/4 of the teams are in, ready the national semifinals. Again, Ferris State's going to be there. Valdosta State's going to be there. And also Slippery Rock. And again, they're going to reseed for the national semifinals. We figure that whoever wins this game will be the number 4 seed. They're going somewhere. There's no doubt about that. You would think the number 1 seed's either going to be a Ferris State or Valdosta State. So that means a trip to, I think, Big Rapids, Michigan for a Ferris, and Valdosta, Georgia, which not a bad place. It's near Florida. It's in southern Georgia.
I'm not sure that they actually seed 1 through 4 there. I think they do a little planning on travel expenses.
So the kickoff's going to sail through the end zone. So BSU will have the football going from right to left. Get a beautiful day here at the Blake. If you're looking for a basketball, again, women's and men's basketball team there at the Pentagon today in Sioux Falls taking on Augustana. 3:30 for the women, so that game is about to tip off with Dan Brookins. Men's game will fall at 5:30. Both teams got wins in Wayne, America, Wayne, Nebraska yesterday.
We do need to get a hold of Jackson Jurek if we can, so he can come up and make sure to sync his mic to the new channel. So if we can get a hold of Jackson, we need to get him up here.
Okay. I will make sure to send him a message. So Carver is going to start. He's going to run with the football, trying to turn the corner left side, gets him about the 29-yard line. That's going to be about a 4-yard pickup. Close to the 30, we'll call it 5 yards. Second down and 5. And again, when he's in there, Connor Carver, they're going to run the football, yeah. And Carver's going to come off, and McGrath will come back on the field.
Well, Spy looked like he was at a rodeo. He kind of hog-tied him and brought him down to the ground that time, but not until he already had 5.
Second down and 5. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. McGath in the shotgun formation, single back to his right side, just underway here, third quarter. They're going to hand it off. That's Washington. He's hit and taken down immediately. Right there at the line of scrimmage, kind of ran into a wall. Antonio Alzheimer might have been one of the guys there. I think Alzheimer got the tackle. of the tackle stats because coming in 97 tackles for Alzheimer, 3 away from 100, be the first Maverick since 2014 to hit triple digits when it comes to tackles.
He's a player. He's ready to play every game, too. And he moved from, actually started out as a safety, went to an outside corner, then a linebacker, now middle linebacker for this Maverick team.
So a big 3rd down and 5 just underway, 3rd quarter. 2 receivers split to each side. McGath by himself in the backfield, looking, going to dump it off. Caught the 27 by Washington and does not get back to the original line of scrimmage, lost a yard.
Well, there were a few Mavericks there, Kai West, but also we just talked about Alzheimer. Kai West kind of stood up the running back, and then Alzheimer came in and did the job.
Kind of a check down. And again, Washington had no place to go, so the Minnesota State defense comes out with a 3-and-out. Yeah, looking up at tackling numbers right now. Alzheimer with 2 tackles, so he's 1 away from hitting again 100 for his career. So off the kickoff, it's going to be a short kick into the wind. It hit at the 50 and went backwards about the 49. That's a 19-yard punt. That was about it. So the Minnesota State crowd here at Blanksley comes to their feet. Not only do they get a 3-and-out, but a very short punt at MSU in great field position. Actually going to mark it at the 48 or at the 47. That's a 17-yard punt.
Yeah, you know, we talked about short field and how Bemidji took advantage of that in the first half. Can the Maverick offense do that in the second half? We'll find out here soon.
So 1st down and 10 for a Minnesota State down by 3. Only 2 minutes into the 3rd quarter. Maverick defense gets a stop. Going from left to right, MSU in the black jerseys, black pants, purple helmets. BSU all in white. Going to hand it off on that near side. Backer gets hit, tries to go for it for maybe a yard. Picks up maybe 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for Minnesota State.
Cam Gothard, the defensive back from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, came up and just met Backer at the line of scrimmage, and Backer able to at least lean forward for an extra yard.
Backer 8 carries, 43 yards, 1 touchdown, 5.4 yards per carry. 2nd down and 9 coming up from the 45. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Eckert in the shotgun formation. Backer to his left. First possession the second half for MSU. They're going to hand it off to Backer. Backer trying to follow a tackle and no place to go. He's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Colton Heinrichs, one of the first guys there, redshirt senior, and Backer tried to be patient, waiting for a hole to open. That just never did.
Oh, they just really filled that immediately. It's almost like they were in the huddle. They knew where that play was going, and there was no room for Backer.
17-14, our score. 3rd down and 8 coming up from the 45. Again, BSU just went 3-and-out and then had a punt to football, a short punt. Mavericks trying to take advantage of it. Trips out to the far side.
Both defenses have come out strong in this second half.
Shotgun formation here for Eckern. Back to his right, back to pass looking. Here comes the pressure. He's going to run forward. He's not going to get to the 1st down. Gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage as the pocket collapsed quickly. It'll be 4th down and 8 from the BSU 45. You have the wind to your back. And it looks like MSU is going to punt the football, try to pin BSU deep as Connor Fournay is going to come out.
Well, they came with the blitz that time, and actually would have been a sack on Hayden Eckern, but Sam Backer picked up the linebacker blitzing, allowed Eckern at least to run forward and pick up a little bit of yardage instead of a sack.
So 4th down and 8 from the 45. I'm assuming going to aim for the corner is Fournay. Fournay, short kick near side. It's going to land at about the 18. Take a Maverick bounce inside the 5. It's going to be down at about the 2-yard line, and Fournay does his job. A 43-yard punt. Getting on the way there, that was Lehman. I think he thought about it for a second, maybe to pick up that football.
Yeah, but it bounced really funny, and he did the right thing. He did not want to fumble that and end up losing the football. So his hope was that it would go all the way to the end zone. Got a good Maverick bounce. It slowed down at the 2-yard line.
17-14, 3-point lead for Bemidji State. 10:52 to go in this 3rd quarter. Aaron Worm, John Harrington, and Jackson Jurek with you on KTOE. Mankato. Get after our game. We'll have hockey tonight. Minnesota State men's hockey face up at 6:07. See, Mavericks looking for a sweep of Bemidji State.
Well,
or not Bemidji State, Bowling Green.
Connor Carver, the running quarterback, in there right now.
First down to 2 and a big hole across the 5. Breaks the tackle across the 10 to about the 15-yard line. He had a huge hole on that left side. And Carver, when it comes to rushing, he's got 50 yards rushing on 5 carries. You know it's coming and still not able to stop it.
I'll tell you what, their offensive line on that left side, big number 68, just Will Lemire just taking over 300 pounds, and he's moving people out of the way.
So first down and 10 for BSU from the 15, 2 receivers far side. BSU with a lot more breathing room after that run. They're going to hand it off, ramp the middle. Powell moves a little bit, 2 yards, maybe 3 yards, that's about it. That's Gronsky on the carry. Second down and long.
You know, I've checked 2 different programs, and there's an 88 out there. I don't have that on my program at all for Bemidji.
I think I got a switch there. That is Clayton Birdsall, number 88. He was a tight end, 64, changed to 88.
Okay. Now I know who he is.
Second down and 7. 2 receivers split to each side. McGath in the shotgun. Single back to his left. Now Gronsky will move out of the backfield. McGath back to pass. Going to set up a screen in the middle of the field. Caught the 20 to about the 22. Reception there by Lehman. Going to be short of the first down. Maybe a 4-yard pickup. So a big third down coming up for both teams. 9:25 to go third quarter. National quarterfinals. The winner probably going to Michigan or Georgia for the national semifinals.
Here comes their running quarterback. Just came in with a couple tight ends with him. Obviously a power run coming up here for Bemidji.
Yeah, officially Carver 5 carries, 51 yards, an average of 10.2 yards per carry and 1 touchdown. So Carver back by himself for a second. Now Gronsky is going to line up to his right. Single receiver far side, and like John mentioned, a tight formation on 3rd down and 3. And Bemidji State's going to take a timeout. Well, taking one early here in the second half.
Well, there was a lot of confusion. They weren't lined up correctly, and so they would have had a penalty going against them. So a nice job by their coach to catch that and call that timeout.
Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. A big third down coming up next on KTOE and ESPN+. 8:53 to go here, third quarter. Aaron Werman, John Harrington with you on KTOE. A big third down coming up, 3rd down and 3. 17-14 game. It was 3-0 after the first quarter. Then both teams scored a pair of touchdowns in the last half of the second quarter, and that's where he's sitting right now.
And they got the running quarterback in there, so they don't fool people often with him.
Yeah, both teams have had the football here in the second half, and Carver's got some running room. First down, a lot more across the 40, across midfield. Nobody's going to catch him. 25-20, 15-10, touchdown Bemidji State. That is a 78-yard touchdown scamper, and once a Carver got past the line of scrimmage, there was no one going to catch him. We got whistles. I don't see any flags out there. It's going to be a 78-yard touchdown run, and BSU is back up by 2 scores. And again, you know it's coming, and MSU still has not been able to stop the backup quarterback for the Beavers.
Well, what they tried to do is stop the short yardage gain, and they put everybody at the basically line of scrimmage. When he popped to the outside, there was nobody else there.
So extra point coming up by Connor Mattelli. So Mattelli on for the extra point. So after the MSU defense made a great stop on the opening drive, now the extra point is blocked. It's no good. Blocked extra point. We've seen it a few times this year. Actually, twice we've seen Minnesota State block the extra point and run it back for 2. Not that time, but that point could be big. 23-14 after the blocked extra point. 8:41 to go, third quarter. We're back in 30 seconds on KTOE and ESPN+. big deal, especially here in the postseason run of football. A 77-yard touchdown run by Carver. 4 plays, 98 yards. Going to start at the 2. It was a great punt, pinning Bemidji State deep. So 4 plays, 98 yards, took 2:11 off the clock. Again, the extra point was blocked. So it's a 9-point game. That's a big strike by the Beavers. Off the kickoff, Backers got it at the 8, middle of the field, across the 15, across the 20, stops there. A flag comes out, driven down at about the 25-yard line. The flag thrown by one of the officials at the 45, about 20 yards away. And usually when a flag comes flying, that's in the vicinity of holding.
It's the field judge from back here. Had a great angle on that play, and talk to the white hat. He'll let us know.
Yeah, rushing-wise, they haven't added the 77-yard run yet, but that'd be 123 yards rushing for Carver.
It is against the Mavericks. They are backing them
Here's the
up.
return.
It's going to be a hold against the Mavericks.
So Carver now with his second touchdown run of the game.
Well, he had 98 yards rushing on that drive.
Yeah. So first down and 10 for Minnesota State after the holding call back at the 15-yard line. Receiver split to the near side. Eckern falls down on the snap. And I'm not sure what happened there. I hope he's okay. Hopefully just slipped, and he did. So the second down and long. And yeah, Eckern just slipped trying to take that snap. We've seen guys fall down, especially in the first half. Early, we saw at least 3 guys lose their footing on this field here at the Blake.
Well, it warmed up a little bit. Maybe it's softened up a little bit. The spikes might be working, but also you get used to it and make sure of your cuts.
8:06 to go, third quarter. Clock continues to run. Again, BSU just with a touchdown. They've led by as many as 10. Right now they're up 23-14. Second and 12 from the Maverick 13-yard line. Eckern back to pass. He's got time looking. Going to throw it here to Watson. Watson gets behind his guy. Catches it at the 45 across the 47. Watson got behind Stone. Beautiful pass by Eckern and a big-time catch by Trayshawn Watson. They're going to mark it at the 48-yard line, a 35-yard reception, and it's a Maverick first down.
And credit that offensive line. Again, Hayden Eckern able to stand in there and allow Trayshawn Watson to get behind his defender, laid it out there perfect for him, and a big move for the Mavericks.
So first down and 10 for Minnesota State from their own 48. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Eckern the shotgun. He's got Vassar to his left. He'll hand it off to a Vassar. Vassar across midfield, still on his feet. Gets to about the 47. Going to be about a 5-yard pickup for the senior from Wayzata, Minnesota. Vassar now with 75 yards on the ground, averaging about 9 yards per carry.
A nice job that time. It went to the right side, but as he got through the hole, he sidestepped to the left to make sure to pick up extra yardage.
Actually a 6-yard pickup for Vassar. Mark it at the 46 of BSU. MSU trying to answer. Trips to the right. Near receiver is Watson. Shotgun formation. They fake the handoff. Quick pass incomplete. Looking for Anger. Kind of threw it wide of Tony near the first down marker.
Oh boy, he really had a lot on that ball too. Anger could not get his hands up quick enough to the outside to get that.
Again, Gabe Hagan, senior from Blooming Prairie, Minnesota. Second team Northern Sun, not playing today.
He's been their go-to tight end offensively all year long too. Certainly always miss when Gabe Hagan not on the field.
There's hope if they get to the national semifinals that he'll be back coming up next week. Third down and 4. 2 receivers split to each side. Shotgun formation. And Eckern's looking to run with it across the 45. Gets it to 44, and that's all.
Now that tells me that they hope to get positive yardage there. They're going to go for this on 4th down, knowing they have to keep scoring if you want to keep up with this Bemidji team.
4th down and 2 coming up for MSU. So Eckern gets 2 yards back. A big 4th down. 6:24 to go, third quarter. National quarterfinals. The other 3 teams already waiting for the national semifinals coming up next weekend. 23-14, Beavers up by 9. 4th and 2. Eckern looking to run with the football. He's got the first down across the 40. Still on his feet inside the 35, down to the 30. I'm assuming Tony Anger was probably out there leading the way. It's a 14-yard pickup and a Maverick first down.
Always good to run behind the weapon, but credit Marco Cavallaro, a defensive lineman, 6'4", 305. After Hayden Eckern made the cut across the middle, he was able to come from behind and catch up and bring him down.
First down and 10 from the 30 in the middle of the field. after a big run by a Hayden Ecker. They're going to hand it off to Backer on that far side. Backer following his tackles inside the 25, inside the 20, still on his feet down to the 11-yard line. So back-to-back big-time runs, a 19-yard pickup for Backer. And Minnesota State in the red zone with a first down.
Colby Hardig, the sophomore, just really did a good job that time of leading Backer through that hole. He blew out the linebacker and allowed Backer to get the big yardage.
So first down and 10 from the 11. Ecker looking to run with the football far side. Puts his head down, gets to about the 7. Going to pick up maybe 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6. And again, it was a 3-0 game. BSU is up after the first quarter. And now kind of the offense has really got going for both teams.
And you talked about it too. It's not what we expected. Two of the best defenses, especially since the playoffs started in D2 football going on. And they're really able to put points on the board against them.
Well, and here's the thing for both teams. I mean, we know both teams are probably banged up. I mean, a couple of physical games on the road here in the NCAA tournament. So second down and 7 from the 9. Backer to the left of Ecker and 2 receivers far side. Watson by himself near side. Ecker back to pass, going to throw it up to Watson. Jump ball, and Trayshawn makes the catch. Touchdown, Minnesota State. And a flag is going to be thrown. I'm not sure what happened there.
I think they hit him
touchdown.
after. I think they hit him after he was out.
Isaiah Johnson in coverage. And the officials are still talking. Trayshawn in the back of the end zone, that back pylon. He got the foot down, but they're still discussing whatever the flag is. You see Maverick fans on the berm. They got their hands up, indicating a touchdown, but Trayshawn Watson got behind his defender, one-on-one coverage. You got Maverick fans in the stands.
Boy,
making the touchdown symbol as well.
What a throw by Hayden Eckern also.
I still have not seen a symbol for a touchdown. There it is.
Finally. Again, what a touch by Hayden Eckern. And, of course, if you throw the ball anywhere near, I talked about it earlier. If it's
Eckern's pass complete to number 6, Trayshawn.
Super glue on his hands, comes through with the big catch, gets the feet down.
So Trayshawn Watson with the touchdown reception, his 9th of the year. Yeah, Matthew Jager on for the extra point. What an answer by Minnesota State. After Connor Carver, that 77-yard touchdown run for BSU, the extra point is good. And Minnesota State has got the lead down to 2. 23-21, 4:25 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout. John, you okay?
I might be.
We got another one coming here. Another fantastic finish, no doubt about that. We're back in 30 on KTOE and ESPN+. KTOE and ESPN Plus, Aaron Worm and John Harrington and Jackson Jurek as Minnesota State gets the answer on a quick drive. 9 plays, 85 yards, took 4:09 off the clock. Trayshawn Watson, 8-yard reception from Hayden Ecker, and it's 23-21. And again, BSU on their last touchdown missed the extra point. So now it's only a 2-point game with 4:25 to go third quarter.
It's just, for me, feeling pretty familiar with what we've been dealing with. Oh, Coach Hoffner's irate on the field with the official. I'm not sure what he's so mad about, but he is just furious.
So Minnesota State going to kick things off. Seems like things have simmered down a little bit down there.
I'm not sure what it was, but he had his headset off. He was out on the field, and yeah, it finally calmed down, but now we're ready.
With that touchdown pass, Hayden Ecker now tying Ben King with 72 touchdown passes. That's on top of the leaderboard of Minnesota State history. That kick is going to hit at the 3-yard line. They don't pick it up. They finally do it about the 5, across the 10, across the 15, across the 20, 30. A flag can come out, across the 40, and finally taken down about the 42-yard line. They did not catch the football in the air. It was finally picked up by BSU. And Matt Sheridan, a sophomore, take that back. Gabe Ward, a junior, Defensive back picked it up, got it to the 40-yard line as Lehman got out of the way of the football, but there's a flag. Isn't there a flag out there?
There is. It's right here, right about the 43-yard line. Their huddle's backing up a bit, so it is going to get moved back.
And John, how often do you see that where it looks like a bad return where the ball bounces and then it's almost like the lanes aren't filled on defense because the ball went a different way? You see some good runs sometimes when things look dire on the return.
Yeah, but kind of slows down a little bit, and like you said, don't stay in their lanes like they need to. And once they busted through, it looked like he might even go all the way, but Mavericks did recover, but a hold is going to push that back, and it's going to be at the 25-yard line.
So we got a personal foul going to be called on BSU. So that's a 15-yard penalty, marching back from the 40 to the 25. Again, we got a lot of football game yet to go here on KTOE Mankato. Again, the MSU men's hockey pregame show is going to take over at 5:40, face off at 6:07. Right here on KTOE, AM 1420, FM 98.7. Aaron Warman, John Harrington with you from the Blake. 23-21. Earlier this season, Minnesota State won by 2 against BSU. MSU won by 3 on the road, and that time, no place to go for Carver. Connor Carver, who had that 77-yard touchdown run the last possession.
Caleb Paulus that time. He was not going to let this guy go that far again on him.
You think defensive coordinator Todd Taylor told his defense, do not let 19 do that again?
Well, we know he's going to run, and obviously stay in your lanes, do your job, and that time Bemidji not able to block Caleb Paulus, able to get to that quarterback.
Lost a yard, 2nd down and 11. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. McGath back in the shotgun, back to his right. Going to fake the handoff, throws it here on the screen pass across the 30, breaks a tackle across the 40. That should be a 1st down. And Bryce Peters, he's our top receiver. 13 touchdown receptions this year. Have not mentioned his name too often. That time on the screen, an 11-yard pickup for him, and that's a BSU 1st down.
And McGath gets that ball out there so quickly, Aaron. The defense can't react soon enough.
So Alzheimer with the tackle puts him at 100 on the season. Again, the first Mavericks since 2014. Tyler Henderson had 122 tackles that year. You're going to swing it out, and then slipping on that far side. He had some running room, and that was a Lehman. Just a quick pass out to the wide receiver, and right in front of his own bench, he tried to turn upfield and lost his footing here on the grass field at the blank. It's a pickup at 2 yards, 2nd down and 8.
And again, McGath getting that ball out quickly. Luckily for the Maverick defense, the receiver did slip, but again, it's tough to defend when you get that ball out there that quickly.
23-21, BSU up by 2. 2:29 to go here in the 3rd quarter. A packed house at the blank this afternoon for the national quarterfinals. Going to hand it off on that left side, pushing the pile to about the 41, across the 40 to about the 39.
But again, their backs, their receivers, they really do give that extra effort, get that extra yardage after contact.
So about the 41, it's going to be a 4-yard pickup on the carry. Justin and Campria. We mentioned his name a couple of times, and again, we said it's almost a full house. You can hear it right now. 3rd down and 5 for BSU from their own 41. 2 receivers split to each side, single back in the backfield. McGath now looking over to his bench. 1:45 to go 3rd quarter. BSU up by 2. Winner advances to the national semifinals. Big 3rd down. McGath back to pass, swings. Now it's caught, breaks a tackle, 1st down across the 50, across the 45 to the 40. Popped out of bounds there by Spivey. We had not mentioned Peters' name too often. And that was Peters. He caught the pass and broke a tackle, just sprinted up the sideline, out of bounds to the 38. That's going to be a 21-yard pickup and a BSU 1st down.
Well, Lorenzo Jones on the initial coverage, but he got beat by a quick move to the outside and allowed him, had a chance to stop him short of the down, but they're able to move the chains.
Bryce Peters, 5'11" senior from White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Moves the chains. 1:22 to go 3rd quarter. 2-point lead for BSU. Get the Mavericks just answer with a touchdown to cut it down to 2. On a touchdown reception from a Trayshawn Watson. McGath is going to hand it off right up the middle and breaks a tackle across the 35 to the 34. Did the football come loose? No, it didn't. A flag is thrown It's a short pickup, but the BSU sideline, it's on that far side of the field. They're clapping. I don't know if there's a face mask on there.
Might have been a horse collar.
Watching the replay here. Maybe a helmet to helmet. I can't really see on the replay. Once again, that was Justin Encapria on the carry. It's only a pickup of...
Yeah, it was a horse collar tackle. It was our All-American defensive end, Maven Krejci, went to grab him and got grabbed up a little too high on that collar and pulled him down.
23-21 our score. It was 3-0. After the first quarter, BSU, they led 17-14. The Beavers did at halftime. Both teams have scored a touchdown here in the third quarter, but BSU missed the extra point. So with that penalty down to the Maverick 21, first down and 10. Receiver split to each side. McGrath's going to hand it off on that right side inside the 20, trying to turn the corner to about the 15-yard line and take it down there.
Yeah, Alzheimer there, that time on the tackle.
Yeah, Alzheimer, well over 100 tackles now in this season. And once again, they go with Encapria. We haven't seen much from Jaden Washington, their starting running back, second team Northern Sun. Haven't called his name in a while. So a 7-yard pickup for Encapria, 5 carries, 22 yards for him. 2nd and 3 from the 14. And BSU might be able to let the clock run out. No, the game clock might be a half-second faster. They're going to have to run one more play here in the third quarter. 2nd and 3 from the 14. 2 receivers far side. I'll say that's a delay of game.
Well, it's synced almost perfectly.
I'll say
the third quarter.
If you watch it closely, the game, I would say there was about a half second or just maybe less than half a second, but it sure seemed like that expired before the actual time expired.
The game clock just ticked right before the scoreboard clock, but the official said no, they were synced up.
So we're going to go to the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. If you're a Beavers fan or a Maverick fan, both teams have had some fantastic fourth quarters here in this playoff run. One of these teams going to the national semifinals, 23-21. Bemidji State by 2 over Minnesota State. Fourth quarter action in 30 seconds on KTOE and ESPN+. Second down and 3. Bemidji State going from left to right, and Connor Carver is back in there. Almost assume a running play coming from BSU to start this fourth quarter. Beavers up by 2. Carver's going to run with it on that left side, and he's just bouncing around, and finally he leaps over a guy inside the 10, breaks a tackle inside the 5, down to the 3. An 11-yard pickup. He took his time. MSU's defense had chances to bring him down. He literally leaped over a lineman and gets it down to the 2-yard line. He has been the difference this afternoon for the BSU offense.
Well, and again, they had it all blocked up, but nobody came to make a hit on him. They blocked the hole, but again, he jumped over one of his own linemen laying in front of him and ended up almost getting to the zone. He's in there again and wants another touchdown for the Beavers.
First down and goal from the 2. Just underway fourth quarter. 2 receivers near side, and he's got the ball again. This time's going to be stood up, and he's still fighting and finally driven back. Meeting him right away for a Minnesota State. Number 38, Nathan Drum.
Nathan Drum, and actually trying to strip the ball loose. Credit Carver for hanging on to that one and backed him up to the 4.
I was saying Carver got to be careful there because he was fighting to get away. And like you mentioned, Drum was pulling on the football trying to get it to come loose. It didn't. But a loss of a couple. So McGath is back in the game. Second down and goal from the 4. 2 receivers near side, take that back, trips to the near side, receiver far side. Now a man in motion, that's Lehman, and Lehman will come back to the near side. They're going to keep it on the quarterback keeper. McGath is not going to get there. Inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. Maybe got to the 3 and a big third down coming up.
Credit Alzheimer, the all-time leading tackler this year for the Mavericks, and he just did a great job staying home, not falling for that fake, and making sure that quarterback went nowhere. And guess who's in again?
23-21, so Connor Carver, 6'2" quarterback. He's had himself a day. 9 carries, 140 yards, had that 77-yard touchdown run and 2 touchdowns so far from him. He's in the shotgun formation. And he's going to get the football wrapped the middle. He's going to get hit. He's still fighting for it. He lost the football. Minnesota State's going to pick it up, and this could be 6 the other way. The 25 across the 30, 40 at midfield. I don't think anyone's going to catch him inside the 30. No, he's got to stop for a second, and finally taken down at the 18-yard line and was scooped up by Lorenzo Jones. And Carver fighting for the end zone, lost the football, and Jones scoops it up. And Minnesota State inside the 25 with 12:39 to go, down by 2 points. And let's watch the replay. Carver got hit, and he lost the football right away. And I think that was Ian Barra, number 97, that put the pop on him. And Carver lost the football, and Jones was caught by one guy sprinting.
I think Jones thought he was still in the Colorado altitude. He ran out of oxygen. He just didn't have enough to get all the way, and just a great job of scooping that up and keeping his balance, Aaron. Right away, he's kind of stumbling, able to break it out. What a break for Mavericks.
What a turn of events there. BSU was going in for the touchdown. Their first turnover. Minnesota State's got a turnover. So first down and 10 from the 15. They'll hand it off. Right up the middle. That's Vassar. Vassar moving the pile inside the 10. Still moving the pile down to the 5 to the 4. That's going to be a first down and 11-yard pickup for the senior from Wayzata. We're talking about this could be a switch of 14 points. Again, a fumble at about the 4-yard line, and now Minnesota State on the doorstep trying to take the lead. Eckern's going to keep it himself. He gets hit and taken down, maybe lost a yard. No place to go.
Oh, we got
Stephen Hoffman on the tackle.
Flag here.
Tackle in the backfield by number 9, Stephen Hoffman. Flag on the play.
It's right by the goal line.
Legal substitution.
We still got 12-11 to go.
Defense.
It's going to be on BSU.
Number 18 did not get off the field prior to snap.
It's going to be half the distance to the goal line, so first down and goal for Minnesota State. Well, again, last week, Minnesota State in their victory had an onside kick, had an interception in their comeback. BSU in their victory had a quarterback sack, picked up the football, ran it back in for 6 in their win. Both these schools used to some crazy endings here in the NCAA tournament. Eckern's going to keep it. Eckern putting his head down, diving for the end zone, and going to be just short.
Looks like right about the 1-yard line that time. He followed that left side of the line with Ferner, and then also Backer, the running back, tried to lead him through, but credit that Beaver defense. They kind of stood him up right about the 1-yard line.
Eckern already with the rushing touchdown today. 13 touchdowns on the ground for him this season, 23 through the air. 11:36 to go. 23-21, Mavericks down by 2. Eckern in the shotgun formation. Minnesota State has not led today. Eckern puts his head down looking for the end zone. He's going to be short once again. Got to about the 1-yard line. So a huge third down and goal from the 1 coming up for MSU.
Well, they had 3 tight ends stacked up on that left side. Tried to run behind them, but we have a Beaver down on the field, Aaron. The training staff for the Beavers coming out.
11-11 to go in this one. We don't want to miss anything. We'll keep it right here on KTOE and also on ESPN+. Getting a fumble at the 4-yard line. Lorenzo Jones runs it back inside the 20. At MSU trying to finish off the drive and again take their first lead of the game here in the national quarterfinals.
Well, now their coach Bolte not happy with something. He got an earful to a referee on the other side. Both head coaches obviously know the intensity of this game.
So third down and goal from the 1-yard line. Mavericks down by 2. 11-11 to go in this one. Behind him, that is Backer. On third down and goal, Eckern's going to put it down. Quarterback keeper, did he get in? He did. Touchdown, Hayden Eckern. And Minnesota State's on top for the first time this afternoon. He went left side. Akron with a second rushing touchdown of the game. 11:07 to go in the national quarterfinals. MSU on top, 27-23.
He might have a little bruise in the middle of his back because Sam Backer came from behind. He's going to make sure that Akron gets across that line and help push him through that. But what a great effort by that Maverick offensive line against a very tough defensive line of the Beavers, able to punch it in.
We know Akron's been dealing with some bumps and bruises, but the senior doesn't care today. He's out there running the football. I know his first touchdown, he got banged up a little bit going to the end zone. You know, Minnesota State lined up to go for 2 from the near hash mark. They got trips out to the far side. Akron's looking that way, rolls out to his right, guy wide open, but he threw it behind him. He had Backer open, but the pass is behind him as MSU is trying to go up by 6. It's going to be a 4-point lead, 27-23, 11:07 to go in this one. Let's take a 30-second timeout on KTOE and ESPN Plus. So Minnesota State off to a turnover. 4 plays, 16 yards, took 92 seconds off the clock. Hayden Akron, his second rushing touchdown of the game. 2-point conversions, no good. MSU on top for the first time this afternoon, 27-23. Again, the other 3 spots in the national semifinals already, they've grabbed those spots. Slippery Rock, Ferris State, and Valdosta State wait for the 4th team, either Minnesota State or Bemidji State. And like we mentioned, probably Valdosta State or Ferris State would be the 2 places that the winner of this game will go next Saturday, the national semifinals.
Well, I tell you what, Cardiac Kids, they've called this Maverick team, but this Bemidji team's been in the same situation, so they're very familiar. Oh, a short kick and a fair catch by the Beavers at the 35-yard line.
So that's where BSU will take over, first down and 10. What a game. I mean, here's the good news for you, John, is that we're not in the higher altitude. I was worried about you last week in the final 5 minutes.
Well, hopefully I can handle this, but.
Again, it's been a beautiful day for football. It's 50 at kickoff.
Well, no, he caught it at the 30-yard line, and they're giving it to him at the 40. There is no way. That ball, he maybe was at the 31-yard line, but clearly was not at the 35 where they're giving it to him. That's still an extra 4 yards they gained. I'm not sure what happened to the official. Kind of lost track of where that ball was caught.
Thank you.
So it'll be first down and 10 for BSU from the 35. Again, nobody has lost or left the oblate, or what are they chanting?
Defense.
Defense. Okay. Threw me off guard there for a second. It's been loud here at the Blake. Again, we've had 2 of the 3 largest crowds in school history this season. Part of this magical run. Both teams 10-3, Beavers and Mavericks, 11:07 to go. 27-23, Minnesota State just taking their first lead. McGath in the shotgun formation, receiver far side. Now McGath will come into the line of scrimmage. Now back in the shotgun. Lone back to his right on first down and 10. McGath is going to hand it off on that left side. It's Washington across the 35 to about the 37. Picks up just a couple.
One of the Mavericks went down. I saw him. He made the hit with his shoulder and went right down. It looks like it's Gage Tennyson, the linebacker.
6'5" sophomore from Custer, South Dakota.
Yeah, he put a shoulder right on the running back. You could see it, a big hit, and he kind of rolled off and just laid there right away. And the training staff, Chad and his group out there to make sure he's going to be okay.
Bemidji State had a streak of 3 years in a row being in the second round. This is 4 years in a row making the postseason. First time ever in the national quarterfinals. For Minnesota State, again, looking at their history, back in 1991, they lost in the quarterfinals to Portland. That was when there was only 16 teams. They lost to Portland State. In 1993, they lost in the quarterfinals to UND.
Well, definitely a left arm injury of some kind on Tennyson as he goes to the training table with Chad, the head trainer for Maverick football.
Another head coach at Todd Hoffner, again, the sixth time in the national quarterfinals, twice making the championship in 2014 and 2019, losing both those title games. 2nd and 8. McGath's going to keep it on the run across the 40. He's going to be stood up there, made the 41. He'll get 4 yards. 3rd down and 4 coming up for BSU. And the first time in the national quarterfinals for MSU since 2019.
It really looked like a pretty nice hole that time, but quickly filled by the Mavericks. Number 95, Max Lommel, the senior from Chaska, who missed most of this season, started playing right before the playoffs.
Well, Blanksley Stadium is awake once again on this Saturday afternoon. 3rd down and 4 from the 41, trips to the far side. Washington to the right of McGath. McGath will step forward to his center. Maybe change the play. 10:05 to go. 27-23 Minnesota State. McGath back to pass. Going to throw it. Going to be caught. First down across the 45 to about the 47. Just a quick slant pattern. Joey Barron, his 9th catch of the season, moves the chains. First down for BSU.
Micah Brown right there, just about a half a step behind. But again, McGath, Aaron, with a quick release and really has some zip on that football. Gets it out to his receiver quickly.
Football just above the Maverick logo at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Hand off to Washington. Washington's going to be hit immediately and taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Couple of guys to meet him, including Maven Krejci was there.
And Tanner Olson.
Yeah, no place for Washington to go. It's a 1-yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Clock continues to tick. 9:15 to go in this one. MSU up by 4. Hayden Eckern with his 2nd touchdown run just put the Mavericks on top for the first time. Hand off to Washington. Washington's going to be hit at the 50. Plunges to about the 49. Now forced backwards. And then a lot of whistles. He's pushed back to the 45 of BSU.
Boy, again, credit their running, but they just don't give up easy. Antonio Alzheimer, who's arguably the best tackler on the Maverick team, came up and put a lick on him, but he just kept going.
6-yard pickup for Washington. Kate Stengel, who had that big interception last week against Pueblo, also on the tackle. So 3rd down and 6, another big 3rd down from the 49-yard line of Minnesota State. 8:32 to go. MSU 27, BSU 23. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. McGath fakes the handoff throw. It's going to be caught, and he's going to be taken down well short of the first down. Jamal Spy was out there for MSU. Got out to Lehman, and Lehman was hit immediately. I think they were setting up for the wide receiver screen, and Spy saw that coming, and a 4th down is coming up for BSU. It'll be 4th down and 4. He did pick up maybe a couple of yards at a 47, and BSU down by 4. 8 minutes to go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
What a great open field tackle by Spy to not let him break away. And you're right, a huge play here for Bemidji.
4th down and 4 from the Maverick 47. 2 receivers near side. McGath going to step forward to a center once again, maybe changing the play at the line of scrimmage. 27-23, Mavericks up by 4. And it's going to be another pooch kick. We saw this earlier in the game. No one's back there. It's going to go in the end zone once again. So twice BSU's done that pooch kick, and both times not able to get to it.
Coach Hoffner at luncheon yesterday called this field the frozen tundra. He said it's like playing on the street. Well, that ball landed above the 15-yard line, Aaron, and it just kept bouncing. They had 3 guys chasing, could not catch up with it.
Well, probably the biggest possession for a Minnesota State for the season. You got 7:33 to go. You're up by 4. Getting a field goal. It's still a 1-possession game. Again, the offense has really turned it on after that first quarter. Minnesota State has ran the ball for 190 yards, 135 yards passing, 15 first downs for MSU, 18 for BSU. On first down, they're going to hand it off. That's a big run across the 25 to about the 29-yard line. 9-yard pickup for Sam Backer. And now we got some extracurricular going on right in front of the Maverick bench and a lineman.
Well, big number 77 for the Mavericks. Colby Hardig out there. He took down their defensive back just in case Backer was still going. And their defensive back's kind of holding his left arm right now. He didn't like the big boy laying on him.
Yeah, it's Jacob Vasquez for BSU, and he kind of flexed the Maverick bench after that. So an 8-yard pickup for Backer, 2nd down and 2 from the 28. 2 receivers far side. Single back is Backer. Backer's going to get the football. And across the 30, he's got the first down to about the 32. 4-yard pickup for Sam Backer, and Backer on the game now 75 yards rushing. Christian Vasserly in the way with 87 yards on the ground.
You know, that's just really good patience running that time by Backer. He waited for the guard to pull in front of him to make sure that he moved the chains. Didn't worry about the big gain, Aaron. Wanted to make sure to move those sticks.
And Minnesota State now taking their time. 6:23 to go. Mavericks up by 4, 27-23. Here are the national quarterfinals. Man in motion. On first down, they're going to hand it off left side again. That's Backer, and that time he's swallowed up, lost a couple. No place to go. A couple of guys there for BSU, including Stephen Hoffman. One of the first guys to get there, Hoffman, one of the top tacklers of the season. 12.5 tackles for loss coming in. Not a tackle for loss that time. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd down and 10 from the 33. Again, MSU taking their time. 5:47 to go. Clock continues to run.
Well, obviously, with the lead, certainly the clock is your friend right now to let it run, but you do want to keep moving these chains and not allow the Beavers to come storming back at you.
Man in motion is Guyette. 2nd down and 10. Eckert in the shotgun formation. He's going to hand it off to Vassar. Vassar up the middle of the field across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. Vassar's going to pick up about 5, so a big 3rd down and 5 coming up for the MSU offense. This is a big down for the Beaver defense.
It really is. Emmanuel now, wide receiver coming in, an extra wide receiver. One of the tight ends comes out. And also Vassar coming out. We're going to have a big wide spread offensively, and we'll see how the Beavers react to this.
Get across from us, there's plenty of green and black here representing BSU in their first ever national quarterfinals. 3rd down and 6. We're under 5 minutes to go. BSU does have 2 timeouts remaining. 2 receivers split to each side. Eckert in the shotgun formation. Eckert back to pass looking. Going to throw it here near side. Caught, 1st down, 45. A flag is thrown out of bounds at about the 47. Lost the football going out of bounds was Isaiah Emmanuel.
I think possibly both receivers were at the line of scrimmage, so the one was not eligible.
So that flag came out real quick. So you think it's against Minnesota State?
I think possibly lined up so that the inside receiver was also on the line of scrimmage.
I'll say they're discussing, and say the BSU bench is pointing. Yeah, I think this is coming back like John said. So MSU had the 1st down. Nice throw by Eckert and Emmanuel on the catch. Get a long discussion with 4:41 to go. Again, Minnesota State up 27-23. BSU is led by 10 a couple of times, led by 9 here in the second half.
Well, they both checked, I thought, with the outside official, but I thought they lined up. To me, looked like they were both pretty close to that line of scrimmage, so we'll see.
And it's a big call. It's either a Maverick first down or a long 3rd down coming up for MSU. Let's see if we can listen in. And I thought we were going to get an announcement there.
Eligible receiver downfield, number 13.
Yeah, like you mentioned, eligible receiver downfield.
Was covered. That's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Head coach Todd Hoffner talking to one of the officials, the line judge. So because the way he was lined up?
Yeah. See, you check with the official whether you're back or on the line of scrimmage. They both checked, but actually they both lined up on the line of scrimmage. It was right in front of us, and I was hoping that's not what was happening, but.
For a Minnesota State, 4 penalties, 50 yards today. 3 penalties for 23 yards for BSU.
It's one of the biggest penalties in the game right now because that was a 1st down. Instead, you have 3rd and long in your own territory.
Empty backfield from your 33. 2 receivers to each side. Eckert's going to try to run with it. A lot of running room across the 35, across the 40. He's got the 1st down out of bounds to the 45. What a call on 3rd down and long. A 12-yard scamper for the senior quarterback from Chicago, Illinois. And Eckert bounces it to the outside and raced to the sideline. 1st down, Minnesota State.
Boy, and again, Colby Hardig threw a big block to make sure that Eckert could get around to the outside. Once he did, it was green grass, moved the chains. Huge 1st down for Maverick football.
Well, for BSU, they got 2 timeouts left. The 2-minute timeout as well. 4:13 to go. Clock continues to run. MSU up by 4. Mavericks trying to get to the national semifinals for the 5th time. Going to hand it off up the middle, across the 45 to about the 47. Picks up a couple of yards. That's Backer on the carry.
But again, use the entire clock. That ball was snapped with 1 second on the play clock. Letting that clock tick. Again, if you're a Maverick, that is your friend letting it tick.
No matter how this game finishes, what a battle between these two Northern Sun rivals.
Well, they know each other well, and they know each other well in this situation. The last 3 games have been down to last plays, and it looking like it again today.
Play clock's at 10, 3:25 to go. 2nd down and 8. If you're BSU, you need to stop. Eckern in the shotgun formation. Eckern's going to run with the football left side across the 50. He's got another first down to the 45. A 10-yard scamper for Hayden Eckern. They might mark him just short of the first down. I take that back. Maybe a yard short. And to be honest, if you're Minnesota State, that's not the worst thing, because the clock can continue to run. 2:58 to go.
Boy, I hear the crowd booing. Our angle, it looked like he did have the first down. Referee obviously right there felt his knee went down where the ball was, just short.
I'll say if he gets the first down here, if you're BSU, you would have preferred if he got the first down on that run. So 3rd down and 1, 2:37 to go. Clock continues to run. Mavericks up by 4. Eckern going to hand it off to Backer, and back across the 45. That should be the first down.
Well, again, that time, credit that offensive line. They really got off the ball well, just enough to push that Beaver defensive line back to move the chains.
That's a huge first down for Minnesota State. And the Maverick faithful here at Blakesley Stadium come to their feet, and I think BSU is going to let this go down to the 2-minute timeout. And now for the Beaver defense, they're in a spot here, John, where if you give up one more first down, this game's going to be over.
Yeah, then you can do the kneel down victory kneel, but looking good for Maverick football, but this Beaver team's not going to quit. Obviously, they're going to try everything they can to get that ball back.
Last week, it looked dire for them. Quarterback sack, picked it up, ran it back for a touchdown. They beat Western Colorado 20-19. BSU might need one of those comebacks this afternoon. Mavericks 2 minutes away from the national semifinals. We're back in 30 seconds. It's a McGowan water break on KTOE and ESPN+. Magic around Mankato over the last handful of weeks. The Minnesota State soccer team winning in a shootout today, 5-4 against Grand Valley State. It was a 1-1 game after regulation. MSU going to the Final Four for soccer. Football team trying to follow them to the Final Four. First down and 10 from the BSU 44. 2 minutes to go. Mavericks up by 4, 27-23. Get one more first down, could put this game away. Master. Nice plunge inside the 40 to about the 39. It's a 5-yard pickup. And BSU is going to use one of their 2 remaining timeouts with a 1:54 to go.
Well, and again, Vassar that time wrapped up, if you notice, both hands around that football, because you know the Beavers are going to try to strip that ball loose. You clearly need to hang on to it, and they'll be talking about that with the coaching staff right now.
Want to mention for those that are listening in the Mankato area, the Wow Zone is the 5th quarter today.
And if the score ends up 27-23, it's going to be a really happy Wow Zone.
Again, Valdosta State, Ferris State, and Slippery Rock all winning. They're in the Final Four. Minnesota State trying to join them. And like we mentioned earlier, again, they're going to reseed the 4 teams, but the most likely scenario is going to Ferris State in Michigan or going to Valdosta State in Georgia. But MSU is still a 1:54 away from making that dream a reality. And, you know, BSU, like you mentioned, they're looking to strip the football. They need a turnover on 2nd down and 6 with 1:54 to go from the BSU 40. Beavers down to just 1 timeout. 27-23 Minnesota State.
Senior Christian Vassar back there next to the senior Hayden Eckern in the backfield for the Mavericks.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers near side. They'll hand it off to Vassar. He lost his footing and got to maybe the 39, maybe gained a yard. And BSU is going to take their final timeout.
Well, he was not going to get the first down and move the chains. He would have got a couple more yards, but ended up, and we talked about it all game, there's people just not able to plant that foot, and it slips out from under him, dives a little bit forward, a little bit of positive yardage, but the key is you force Bemidji to use their timeout.
If you're just joining us here in the second half, in the third quarter, Connor Carver, 77-yard touchdown run for BSU, made it 23-14 with 8:41 to go in the third quarter. The extra point was blocked. Then Minnesota State later in that third quarter, Eckern to Trayshawn Watson, an 8-yard touchdown pass. Minnesota State cuts the lead down to 1 at that point, 23-21. And then on the next drive, Minnesota State stopping BSU from going in the end zone inside the 3-yard line. And Connor fumbled the football, is picked up by MSU and ran all the way down to the 16-yard line. Hayden Eckern with a rushing touchdown that put Minnesota State up 27-23. 2-point conversion was no good, and that's where we sit right now. Again, BSU is on the verge of going up by 2 possessions before that fumble inside the 4. Here we go, a big 3rd down and 4 from the 37. Eckern's going to keep it, and he's going to be hit. He's not going to get to the first down marker. Had to get to the 34. Got to about the 36 and a half. It's going to be 4th down and 4 coming up. BSU is out of timeouts.
I believe the Mavericks go for it here. You win the game getting this first down.
4th down and 3.
If you punt, it could be blocked. Those types of things can happen. Bad snap. Hayden Eckern staying out there. They're going for this, Aaron. Want to move the chains.
I think Minnesota State's going to let the game clock go down and then take a timeout. They're going to be able to run this down to about a minute 04. Yeah, they're not even huddling up. They're going to wait till a couple seconds.
Yeah,
and then
Coach Hoffner standing right next to the official, and right at the second he'll call it.
So a timeout with a minute 04 to go. 4th down and 2. Well, if you don't get it, you give it to Bemidji State at their own 37. They have to go 63 yards for the winning touchdown with a minute 04 against a 4-point game. So BSU, because of that missed extra point earlier, cannot set up for a field goal. And obviously, if you're MSU and you get the first down, this one's over and you're going to the national semifinals.
I just, knowing Coach Hoffner, I really think he goes for this. Too many bad things can happen with that snap, the punt, the possible block here. And again, if you do get the 2 yards, you kneel down and win the game. So, and I know you don't want to give them the ball in too good a field position, but it's still 60-some yards to pay dirt, and they have to get a touchdown.
A Minnesota State team that lost their regular season finale against Duluth. It wasn't a good afternoon up at UMD. On the road, they beat Augustana. They beat Colorado State Pueblo, the number 1 seed in the Super Region, the number 7th ranked team in the country last week, trying to keep the magic going and head to the national semifinals. 4th down and 2, and MSU is going to go for it. Yeah, no surprise to head coach Todd Hoffner. Shotgun formation. Vassar to the left. A first down wins the game for Minnesota State. Eckern's going to run with the football, and he's not going to get there. He's going to be taken down at the 37. They knew that was coming. No place for Hayden to go. Mario Cavallera, first guy to get there. And BSU is going to have a minute to go with no timeouts. What a stop by the Beaver defense.
Oh, they just stepped up. Big number 99 just plugged it up immediately. There was nothing for Hayden Eckern.
Well, earlier this season when Minnesota State won the matchup 31-29, it was the last team to have the football. Matthew Jager with a walk-off field goal. BSU needs a touchdown. They got to go 63 yards with a minute to go and no timeouts. Man, we knew this was going to be a good one. A classic. We have a classic ending coming here in Super Region 4. Trips out to the far side, 2 near side. McGath in the shotgun by himself. McGath back to pass looking, still looking, going to fling out your near side, caught. The 47, knocked it about to the 48. On the reception is Lehman. Clock stop, 55 seconds to go.
Got a real nice out pattern that time. Okanzie on the coverage. Don't let him get behind you, but they're able to get out of bounds and stop that clock. That's big for the Beavers.
First down and 10, near hash mark from the 49. A touchdown will win it for BSU. A Maverick stop or the clock expires, and MSU's going to the national semifinals. First down and 10 from the Beaver 47. Tight trips near side. Single receiver far side. McGath back to pass looking. Going to step up in the pocket. He's going to swing it out and throws over Washington's head. He avoided the sack and just threw it away. Second down with 50 seconds to go. And now a late flag is coming out. What happened here?
Well,
Flag on the
I think
play.
it's on Minnesota State.
Well, there was a Maverick and a Beaver locked up, but it looked like the Maverick got a little testy-pushy after the flag.
This is a huge 15-yard penalty. It is a personal foul on Minnesota State.
15-yard
That's going to march him down to the Maverick 36. Again, penalties have not been a huge factor in this game. That's a big one there, John.
That really is. You just have to keep your head, and it looked like I can't see the number on that Maverick jersey, but that was not good.
So down to the 36-yard line. So an incomplete pass, they still get 15 yards. BSU does. 50 seconds to go. 27-23. Mavericks up by 4, but BSU on the move. Two receivers split to each side. McGath back to pass looking. Going to swing it out to Washington. Caught the 39 across the 35. He's going to be bumped out of bounds at 33. He did get out of bounds. It's going to be a pickup of about 3 with 43 seconds to go. Second down and 7 coming up for the Maverick 32-yard line, far hash mark.
Well, I don't know that he got out of bounds. He got bumped backwards first.
I'm surprised they're
and
not
that
running
went
the
out of
clock.
bounds.
Yeah. Minnesota State could have won the game, could not convert on fourth down, giving BSU a chance here. 2nd and 6 from the Maverick, 32-yard line. Trips far side. McGath back to pass, looking. He's got plenty of time. Going to go for the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Kind of a jump ball out there with Lehman. Sails on the sideline, so it's incomplete. 3rd down and 6 with 36 seconds to go.
Well,
BSU going for the go-ahead score right there.
Well, he went with their best receiver against our best defensive back, Mr. All-Region Kai West, right there on the coverage.
27-23 Minnesota State. 3rd down and 6 for BSU. Far hash mark Maverick 32. With 36 seconds to go. Again, BSU's got no timeouts. McGath going to throw it across the middle. It's caught. Going to get the first down at about the 24. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains with 30 seconds to go. Didn't see who that was receiver-wise for a BSU. That was Joey Barron. They're going to spike the football and stop the clock with 28 seconds to go.
Well, that was big because they got that first down, able to spike that ball and not be in trouble of running out of downs.
And still plenty of time for BSU on the clock with 28 seconds to go. The Maverick machine making some noise here at Blanksley Stadium. Trips down to the near side. 2nd down and 10 after the spike football from the 24 far hash mark. Back to pass. Going to step up in the pocket. He's got some running room across the 20. Across the 15. Going to step on a bounce at the 11. It's a 13-yard pickup and a BSU first down with 21 seconds to go. And Bemidji State on the doorstep. 1st down and 10. They're going to mark it at the 11-yard line and give their offense a lot of credit. What a drive here.
Caleb Paulus allowed that quarterback to get to the outside, and that allowed him to get out and out of bounds and deep into their own territory.
1st down and 10 for the Maverick 11. Just 21 seconds to go. McGath back to pass. Going to throw to your caught by Washington. He gets a block inside the 5. Knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup. 17 seconds to go. The MSU defense throughout the postseason bending but not breaking. The Maverick defense going to need a big stop here. 17 seconds to go. 2nd down and 4 from the 5-yard line. McGath back to pass. Going to swing it out here. It's knocked away. One of the guys up front got a big paw on it, and that's going to be Maven Krejci. Able to swat that one down. It was a Cody Brown.
Cody Brown on that right side.
So Brown knocks it away. So 3rd down coming up with 14 seconds to go. Couldn't have written the script up any better for a classic game here in this Super Region 4 final. Trips out to the near side. 3rd down and 4 from the Maverick 5. Mavericks up 27-23. BSU looking to go on top late. Again, the Beavers with no timeouts. McGath changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Back in the shotgun formation. On a big 3rd down, McGath looking to the far side. Now across the middle, throw. It's going to be incomplete. And that brings up 4th down. He was looking in the back of the end zone for Lehman with 11 seconds to go.
Really good coverage by Antonio Alzheimer. Forced him to throw it wide of the receiver. If he tries to throw it to the receiver, Alzheimer intercepts it.
Nobody is sitting down here at Blakesley Stadium.
Well, now we're having a discussion with the officials. I'm not real sure what this is about.
It's been a while since there's been December football here in Mankato. They can still get a first down. It's at the 5-yard line, a first down at the 2, 11 seconds to go. I'm assuming BSU is going for the end zone on this one.
Have to.
A play that could decide the game. McGath is going to call in. There's one receiver closer on the near side. Again, BSU's got no timeouts. Tight trips to the far side. Here we go. 4th down and 3 from the 5. Mavericks up by 4, 11 seconds to go. McGath back to pass looking, still looking. He's got time. He's going to throw it in the end zone. It's knocked away, incomplete, and this one's over. Minnesota State's going to advance to the national semifinals. They were looking for Barron in the end zone, but good defense, and MSU's defense once again. They bend, but don't break with 6 seconds remaining.
Micah Brown got a hand on that. Great coverage, of course. Their receiver thought there was contact, but he reached across with that far hand, Aaron, got it in front of the receiver and knocked it down for the W.
So McGath, he had plenty of time. Nice job by his offensive line. But the defense, again, they've been doing it all postseason. The magic continues.
Right before that, it looked like 2 of their receivers actually kind of bumped into each other, and it didn't allow them to break open. And the Mavericks come through, and we are in a kneel-down situation.
27-23, victory formation. They're going to ring the bell here at Blakesley Stadium. Minnesota State. They are going to the national semifinals coming up next week. And your final score, 27-23, the celebration here at the Blake. 3 weeks in a row, it's come down to the final moments, and MSU comes out on the winning side of all 3. And again, Slippery Rock, Valdosta State, and Ferris State, and now Minnesota State in the Final 4. And again, Maverick fans probably going to Georgia or Michigan coming up a week from today.
And there's a group of players and coaches out there, don't care where they're going. They know they're going, and that's really what matters. But unbelievable. You know, I talked to the team after the Pueblo game. I said, you got to quit this last second stuff. It's hard on us announcers. They don't seem to care. They take it right down to the last second. You have to feel bad for Bemidji. That's 3 games in a row against the Mavericks that were decided on the last play of the game, and they've come out on the wrong end all 3 times. Close enough to win, but not quite.
I'll say from a Minnesota State perspective, things look kind of dire there because BSU is moving the football so well. But again, the defense comes up with a big stop. And the Mavericks are moving on to the national semifinals. A team again, the 6th seed out of Super Region 4. Not playing the best football going to the postseason, but have put together 3 games in a row. And now, John, 2 wins away from a national title.
Unbelievable. And again, you're right. Talking to Coach Hoffner this week, and you know, saying that, you know, you really didn't play good football at the end of the year, and going into the playoffs, it kind of looked bleak. You had a lot of injuries. You had a lot of guys having to step up and play that really weren't maybe ready at that time, but boy, did they ever step up. And there's a group of leaders out there, and we mentioned them, a couple of them down the stretch, and Hayden Eckern and our running back. He might be the glue to this team when it really counts. Christian Vassar really came through big the last 2 games in the 4th quarter when you needed them.
27-23 your final. Minnesota State going to the national semifinals for the first time since 2019. BSU on their season 10-4, a great run for them. First time ever the national quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Our post-game show starts in 2 minutes. We're going to be here a while, so don't go anywhere. We will get you to the Maverick pregame show for men's hockey. Oh, we got plenty of time. That's not coming up till 5:40. So postgame starts in 2 minutes on KTOE. 27-23 Minnesota State with the win.
Wow.
show here in the Fan Mankato, or not the Fan, KTOE. We might be back on the Fan next week. We might be here on KTOE. We'll worry about that as Minnesota State wins this one 27-23, the final, the celebration here at Blakesley Stadium. And again, a big play on 4th down to end the game. And it was a Micah Brown with a deflection on the pass to the end zone. And MSU still dancing. Valdosta State, Slippery Rock, and also Ferris State. And yeah, they got T-shirts now that say Super Region 4 champions. They're celebrating here at the Blake. Again, a long post-game show coming your way here on KTOE. And John, I mean, what do you say about these guys? They always talk about playing for each other, playing for their brothers. And, you know, the senior class has been together for so long. They don't want this season to end. And when it comes to making big plays at the end of games, they've done that throughout the playoffs.
Well, you talk about the brother. FTB has been their motto all year long. They change it a little bit each week, but for the brotherhood. And they really do. They step up. And I tell you what, again, we can give some game balls out today to a lot of guys that came up big for this Maverick team. But again, I'm going to give it to Coach Hoffner. He just has these guys so motivated, so believing. Him and his staff, they get him in the right position to do exactly what you need to do against. These are 3 quality teams that they just beat. Augustana, who's the defending NSIC 2-year champion, going to the #1 seed in Pueblo. Coming here to Bemidji, who's on a 5-game winning streak, who just beat Augustana to end the year, go to Texas, and then go to Colorado and get victories. So this group to stick together and believe and stay with it for the brotherhood, that's why they're there, and that's Coach Hoffner and his staff. They have them believing. Everybody's on the same page.
And sometimes you talk about a team of destiny. Again, it was just a few weeks ago. We were over in Sioux Falls at Augustana, and the game was over. I mean, it seemed like it was over. 19-10 with 3 minutes to go. The offense had not moved the football very well throughout the game. They go on an 88-yard drive to make it a 19-17 game, and they recover the onside kick, get a field goal from Matthew Jager, and that was just in the first round. Then last week, you got an interception, a comeback win against CASU Pueblo, and today you were down by a 10 at one point, and you find a way to come back. I mean, again, the Final Four is full of great teams. There's no doubt about that. Valdosta State and Ferris State, they're going to be the favorites in the national semifinals, but Minnesota State right now is doing some improbable things in this postseason run.
Well, how about when they're looking at going up 14, they're inside the 5-yard line, and we strip the ball and almost run it all the way back, but just a tremendous play, and what a turnaround. I mean, you nailed it right there. What a 14-point turnaround in about a minute's time, and that's the difference in this game.
Absolutely. Getting a message from Jackson Jurek. Yeah, we're ready if you can grab Coach Hoffner. So got a little buzz there. Yeah, Jackson, if you're able to grab him for a few moments, we see him with his family right now. Yeah, very nice on the monitor.
Mel and her sisters and family going on.
Yeah, not sure why we're having a little interference with our crowd mic. We got tons of wires up here, John. Aren't you the engineer?
Well, I was when it was radio, but now it's TV. It's all you.
We're doing a little bit of both right now. Maybe if I get that out of the way, maybe put the antenna up to the window a little bit better.
What?
Are you going to go live now or what?
Just wait.
I'll say if we can get Jackson on with Hoffner. And we apologize. A little feedback. We're getting it from somewhere. Seems like if I move something, stuff happens, doesn't it? Jackson, are you ready?
I'm ready. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, we just lost Hoffner in this crowd. There's a lot of people down on this field right now, so I just saw him with his family, as you guys saw on the monitor. I'm trying to find him. It's wild and crazy down here. A lot of fans are pretty happy right now, and I don't blame them. I know that I just saw his visor in the vest and the white long sleeve, but I don't know where he went.
I'll say, if you want to talk to some players, I don't know what your accessibility is or what you're allowed to do.
Oh, I think he might be. I think. Oh, he's over here. Maybe? Yeah, he's over here. We're going to try and chase him down real quick.
I was saying, if there's a player, whoever you want to talk to, Jackson,
we'll
appreciate
grab
you being
him.
out there. 27-23.
As long as we don't lose you guys, I'll try and grab him right here.
I'll say just stay on the field. Don't go to the
You got
locker
it.
room.
Coach, can we talk to you?
Yes.
Awesome.
I tried to sneak out here.
Tried to sneak out of here. Coach Hoffner, first I want to say congratulations on a big win again at Bemidji State. Congratulations. What does it mean to see all these guys? If we can step a little bit closer to the field, I apologize, but we're a little bit on the frequency level. All right. Winning here at Blakesley Stadium in front of a packed house, Elite Eight game, what does it mean for you and for the guys and for everybody involved in this program?
Can't say enough about our student athletes, right? Our coaches, all the fans that came out here today, everybody that makes this happen. We don't do this by ourselves as coaches and players. It takes a village to win football games, and this is our 4th win out of 6 tries at home, and so it hasn't exactly been easy, and today was no different. You take a Bemidji team that I thought is a phenomenal football team that's got a lot of heart, a lot of guts, and a lot of fight, and they fought till the end. So, we were fortunate enough to win this football game, but it could have went either way.
Credit to the defense there as you guys, or as Bemidji was marching down the field. What were the emotions like on the sideline when they got down within inside 10-9 run?
Well, we do a drill in practice once a week, and it's called a 2-minute drill. And I'll be, truth be told right now, our offense always wins the 2-minute drill. Doesn't matter how much time's on the clock, doesn't matter what's going on. So the heart was palpating pretty heavily right there, that knowing that we had given up a lot of touchdowns in 2-minute drills. But you know what? Today's another day to prove that we could make a stop. And hats off to Coach Taylor on defense, Coach Schlichty on offense. All the players on defense had a huge stop at the end. Taking a personal foul probably wasn't the best thing for us, but we found a way to win. And, offensive line, running the ball, tight ends. I thought we ran the ball really well. We could have put our players in a better position to make a play on 4th down, but I thought their defense shined on 4th down, and, we probably should have had a little bit of a go-for-it mentality there instead of trying to run the same play over and over and over. But at the end of the day, we found a way to win, and it was not mistake-free, but it's great to get a W.
Another Final Four under your program. What does that mean to you? And speaking to Minnesota State University Mankato football.
Well, this is my 4th championship. This is our 5th in Minnesota State history, right? And this is only the 3rd team in the history of Maverick football that has won 3 playoff games. So believe it or not, all the other teams that won 3 playoff games, the 2014, the 2019 team, those teams had byes in the first round. This team has not had a bye. So for us to be in the semis and win 3 games, it's a tough road to hoe, that's for sure. But it's our, it's another Final Four appearance, but even more importantly, this is only a 3rd team in Maverick football history. And it's something to be said about 14, 19, 24, right? 5-year increments. I kind of kept that to myself for a very long time, but those seem to be some magical years here at Minnesota State. 14, we played for a national championship. 19, we played for a national championship. And hopefully, we have a chance to win a football game this next weekend. But we're going to celebrate this. What a great Bemidji team, and really proud of our coaches, players, and everybody makes this happen.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Coach Hoffner. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Jackson Jurek there on the sidelines. Got a little horns up symbol into your camera there by a head coach at Todd Hoffner. 27-23, the final. And, one thing about Coach Hoffner, he knows the numbers. Always got the numbers. I like that. Every 5 years, the last 10 years, Minnesota State has been in the national semifinals, and last 2 times in the national championship game. And for Maverick fans, hopefully that trend continues.
Well, no doubt. And again, what a tough battle, right down to the wire, Aaron. And credit Bemidji. They just, like this Maverick team, they've had their backs against the walls. They didn't know if they were going to get in. They had to beat Augustana to even get into the playoff. We had to get the right votes to get in after losing our game to Duluth at the end of the year. But again, both these teams just resilient and just no quit in them. And obviously we got the very last break we needed by Micah Brown getting a hand on a pass that was going to a receiver in the end zone, which would have switched that victory to Bemidji. But that's the game that these guys have been in. That's the way they've played in these playoffs. They both have to be extremely proud. The Northern Sun, obviously, with 2 teams here, guaranteed to have one in the Final Four. And the only one stat that really matters, that scoreboard. Up by 4 at the end, and that's really all that counts.
Let's take another 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have highlights. We'll go through all your numbers, and we'll put a wrap on this one. 27-23, the final. Minnesota State holds on. 4th down inside the 5 for Bemidji State. Pass is incomplete with a few seconds to go. The Mavericks are moving on. Again, 27-23 your final. More postgame in a minute on KTOE.